Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon. I will never be able to say that out loud.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful. Stop! Break! Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bone. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake, crawl there. But that's it, 1 day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God. Gross! Oh! All right. Penalty box for Slug. Yep.
Of a mile.
Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies. I'm hiding Pork Chop. Have you seen his little pork chop? Oh my God, Pork Chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it?
Pork. It's pork.
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
All the best.
All the best. Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's me, Megan Fox. I know I've been away for a while, but I'm still medium smart, and I'm still your favorite journalist, and I am here with my friends. Who all is here with me today? The panelists are here. They are assembled like the Avengers. Jennifer Williams with You Are the Power. Flux, House of Flux, having some tech problems, but she's back on board, and we're good to go, I think. And Mo in the deep end, looking like a K-pop star, like a K-pop star.
Except more on the male variety. I do believe I have the jawline to be in BTK, or is it BTS?
It's not BTK. My daughter assures me it's not BTK. For so
I am
long,
so bad.
I was like,
Look,
is that BTK group you like so much? She's like, Mom, that's a serial killer, not a
K-pop fans legitimately scare me. So peace be upon you, okay? I say nothing against your bands.
I know. My daughter is a huge K-pop fan. She's a fangirl. They call themselves stays, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying it's I like the wig. Today we are starting the defense. The defense of the Hernandezes finally gets to begin today. And I have updated the bingo card with some defense-specific squares. So we have a new bingo to go over. Okay, guys, new bingo. And it is pinned to both Rumble, What's Up Rumble, and to YouTube. So it's out there. By the way, Locals live chat is going. The meganfox.locals.com. If you are a member over there, you can put memes in the live chat. How was everybody's weekend, by the way? Anybody?
Pretty good.
I was great.
Yeah, anybody do anything fun?
I went to the beach
Oh, that is fun.
with my family. Yes, it was super awesome.
Are you far from a beach or is it pretty close by?
It's like 5 hours.
Oh, that's kind of far.
So
That's a
very,
long
very
trip.
but doable. Very doable.
Doable.
We went from Thursday to Sunday morning, so it was awesome.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, we have lake beaches here. So we have lake beaches
Okay.
8 minutes away. My beach is 8 minutes
Ooh.
away. So
Oh, that's nice.
I have still not been
Oh,
yet this summer, and I
nice.
need to get the kayaks out. But I've been talking to my husband about the proper vehicle for me to have to be able to put kayaks in. And
Yeah.
I think I'm talking him back into a truck. I think it's happening. It's
Oh,
happening,
really?
folks.
Ooh.
Yes. It won't be the Ford F-150, though. He really doesn't like Ford. If it's going to be a truck, it's going to be the Toyota Tundra, I think. But I'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's a
Fun.
good
I
truck.
tried to talk him into a Bronco. I really like
Oh,
the Ford
yes.
Bronco or the Chevy K5. Have you seen the Chevy K5, the old ones? I didn't even know this was a thing.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's like the Blazer K5. It's just like a Ford Bronco, but cooler.
Okay, yeah.
He won't let me have one.
hmm
I'm not allowed. He said he said it's too much
I
manual
wanted a
work.
Bronco as well.
Yeah.
I want the Bronco.
What do you
Well,
you mean the
Bronco.
original one?
The original one. I'm
Yeah.
never going to drive it
I-
over 35.
Well, my husband tells me there's too much manual work involved in the K5. Apparently, you have to like turn on the 4-wheel drive manually, and he doesn't think I can do it. He's probably right.
He's probably
I
right.
mean, let's be
Just
honest. He's
that.
probably right.
Husbands a lot of times are actually. Mine
Yeah.
often is right.
Is truck talk on the bingo card? No, I
Yeah,
should have
see,
put it there.
It's a new square.
I was gonna say I really wanted a Ford Bronco, but I couldn't find one, so I got a 2000 Ford Ranger. And that does require work. Currently needs a new hose. Yep.
Oh boy. See, that's why he wants the Toyota. He says they last forever, they're easier to fix, and they're just better trucks. So we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know. I'm not going to have a new car for a while. I'm just daydreaming about it.
Sure.
It's the next thing we're supposed to be doing. But of course, then what'll happen is one of the kids will do something that costs us a hell of a lot more money, and it'll be pushed back another year, and then I'll have to see how much more rust I can get on my minivan. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. And now if I want to take the kayaks out, I have to borrow my husband's truck. But I never figure out I want to go kayaking until he's left for work already. And then I'm like,
Dang it.
today would be a great day to go kayaking, except he took the plug.
So much more independent than me. I would just wait till he's home so he can do the heavy lifting and like help.
Me and my son one time, because I was desperate to go kayaking with him and he was bored. And it was summertime. So I'm like, well, I've got a minivan. I'll put all the seats down and I'll shove those kayaks as far in as I possibly can. And then we'll just tie the back down with some bungee cords. It'll be fine.
This sounds like a Mo plan, and it's never fine. But we always
How did it work
we
out?
always medium smart plan this to the nth degree. But
Listen, we made it to the lake. We made it kayaking and we made it home, but it was fraught with danger. The back of the van kept like going up and up and up because the bungee cord was like, I didn't realize it was too stretchy. So then I was like, oh my God, are the kayaks going to end up like out on the road? Because they could just slide out. So I was doing like 20 miles an hour and my son was watching the whole time like, Mom, they're moving. And I'm like, this was a bad idea.
We will never tell your father ever. And then she confesses on the live stream.
I totally
don't
told
talk
them.
about kayak club.
Every time I tell my kids, don't tell your father, I immediately go home and tell him.
I know.
It's
that's
almost
what
like I
do.
just want to be the one to tell the story.
Yeah,
I don't want them to
yes.
beat me to it.
Mine's going to be funnier and put me in a much better light.
Right. If I tell it, I can put my own spin on it. The kids for sure would have me, they would roast me.
More
Oh,
guilt.
yeah.
More guilt.
Good Lord. Yeah. All right. And also, it's been decided that I am not capable of putting kayaks on a roof rack. That's what I was told. I was
See,
told.
I wouldn't even attempt. I'd have to wait till he's home. I wouldn't even try it.
I am married for a reason.
Yes, I always say that. Like I'm
He's
waiting.
gone all the time during the kayaking hours of the day. Someone has to be the person
To a second
entertain
home
the
near
children.
beach, so you don't have to move said kayaks. You're right on the
Oh.
beach.
Get a kayak trailer? What's
Or
that?
that.
What's a kayak trailer?
I
Is
imagine
it like
it's
one of those ski
I
doo
imagine it's a
trailers?
trailer you put kayaks in.
Could I just tow it
Maybe
behind my
so.
van? Could I do this? Could I put one of those behind the van? Oh my
Do
God,
they-
can you imagine me
Prime
backing
Day
that
is
up?
coming up. We could see if Amazon has one.
I mean,
Amazon
oh my
has
I
God,
one.
don't
back
see as
up.
long as
Oh, that's
you
it's
know, you
cool
just gotta
looking.
get the right hitch. You should be good. They're not very heavy,
Flux,
right?
you have
Flux, you
played
can barely
American
get on
trucking
the
with me.
internet.
You have played ATS with me. What are you talking about?
I mean,
I'll be
that's-
all right. You've seen me back up in a truck with a trailer. All right, wait, I have to look
That's
up
a fair
kayaking.
point.
At
That's-
least you
that's a
had a
fair
bungee
point.
cord, Megan, unlike that chick this morning from
Oh.
Oh, dear Lord. Someone
Wait, I saw that.
Oh God,
Oh.
dear Lord.
First of all, that didn't even look like a bungee cord. It was just a rope. Like,
No,
what
that
were
looked
they
like
doing?
wine.
No.
It was. I don't know. It was terrible. I mean,
It's
I
like
haven't
I
a
watched
lost
it.
the
swing because
monitor.
I've seen some of the other videos from that.
I did not watch it.
Oh no.
It's very hard to watch.
Yeah,
oh, but
it's-
speaking of things that are
it's
good
just
to
like-
watch, you know what? I can't get did you find they're arrested? By the way, they're going down for throwing that
Well,
woman
two
off the
of
cliff.
them Two of them fled. They left, and the police
Well,
had to
of
find
course.
them. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
I mean, they chucked a woman off a bridge.
It's
they just
awful.
picked her
But
up
that didn't
and
even look like a. It
like,
didn't even look like a
plunge
bungee cord. It
off.
just looked like a rope that you would just break your back because
Well,
there's no
if you
give
look-
to it.
if you look at videos like from other people, you see it. There's like no give. They just like it's like a
Yeah.
swing, and they
It
just
looks
kind
so
of
dangerous.
snap when the rope.
Like,
when
why
it's a
would
full
you
body
want
harness,
to
so
do
it's like-
that? Why would you want to do such a thing? I don't understand. And okay, they should definitely lock them up forever though, because they're too stupid. Okay, but let's watch something actually hilarious that I
Yes.
cannot stop watching. I cannot get enough of the Europeans in America touring America content.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Cannot get
love.
enough.
Yep.
It makes me so happy. I don't know if you've seen this guy, but I am dying. I could not stop laughing.
Mesdames et messieurs, we need to talk about l'Amérique. As French, we need to stop saying Vive la France and start saying Vive l'Amérique. This place is incroyable. C'est incroyable. I just had Texas barbecue for the first time in my life. Better than any moment in my life. And I am married. In France, you have des crêpes, des petits pains au chocolat, des croissants. No, I give my left croissant for a Texas brisket. Don't
Same,
get me
dude,
started
same.
on Costco. Costco is bigger than my village. Where I live. Whatever you want at Costco, it's there. You just show up and you could buy your whole life there. You need to start a revolution just to get Costco in France.
Don't
I will
give
be
them
the first
ideas,
one
they
to say I
will.
Start a revolution.
Those
to
people
take
riot
Costco.
for
Les
anything.
Italians,
I know.
the Italians, I'm sorry, but ranch makes pizza.
Thank you.
better than
Joining the
anything
dark
I've ever
side is
tasted.
good for
When
you.
you go to a restaurant, you leave a tip. It's because they're so nice. But my waitress, she came over and talked to us like we had known each other for a year. It was like she wanted to be my best friend. And at the end, I felt stupid not to leave a tip. In France, they want to take off the tip of my head. Speaking about how nice and friendly these Americans are, I think in France, I can count on one hand how many people have smiled at me.
Oh,
Aww.
Just normally
sad.
you smile, you know.
I know.
I think my mother
Lied
has
to
smiled at
us.
me twice.
My mother has smiled at me twice.
Oh my God, you've met
I'm
my
so-
mom?
oh my gosh.
Here, just going down the street, everybody says hi. Like what do you want? What do you mean?
What
hi?
do you mean, hi?
Bonjour. Oh, hi. This is a normal road in America.
Road?
And this is bigger than the Champs-Élysées. This car right here is called a Waymo. Waymo? Is it? C'est ça? Yeah, Waymo. And for the longest time, I wondered why it was called a Waymo. It is because America has way more than the rest of the world.
Oh my gosh.
I love these people so much. I swear the Europeans touring the South has done more for my patriotism than any American ever in the history of everything ever. I swear. I don't think I've felt this happy to be an American in my whole life.
Humanity is healing. My brothers and sisters in brisket. We welcome you to the barbecue family. Wait till you all try potato salad. But culture. Sorry, youngest most feral is home.
It's okay.
But don't tell anyone who your favorite is, because that has been known to start wars. And ranch.
That's true.
Welcome to the Hidden Valley, my brothers and sisters. We welcome you.
Oh, Lord. It is so much fun watching the Europeans just falling in love with stupid things like Buc-ee's and Walmart. Okay, of all the things, for you think they're going to come here and be in awe over the Grand Canyon or Yellowstone or whatever, and they're like, Buc-ee's is blowing my mind. Like, what?
It's like
amazing.
When your kid is 1 and you spend all this time doing the presents, and they're like wrapping paper.
The box, they're playing in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's exactly the same. But you know what? You know what's great about it? You know what's great about these things that they love, like free refills, right? They're going on and on about the free big gulps. They cannot believe you can get free refills on soda. It
We
makes
spread
you
democracy and
the
big
things-
gulps.
the things that we take for granted. I've never once considered a free refill to be any kind of big deal. And now when I go into the 7-Eleven, I realize, holy shit, the rest of the country cannot have this. The rest of the world. Yeah, America. Where's that's not it. There it is. Now when we go into the
big
Buc-ee's or the
gulps and
7-Eleven,
Buc-ee's.
when we can get a big gulp and fill it up, just remember, people, the rest of the world is suffering every day with $4 Cokes that are this big and no refills. What you have here in America cannot be had anywhere else. That's right, folks. Buc-ee's, Walmart, IHOP, you better embrace it. You better love it, because the rest of the world, well, they are jealous. They are jealous of you.
And
Everyday
we
Americans
again
just
for the Kardashians.
walking into your gas stations thinking that this is a regular everyday thing. Well, it isn't. And we should all be grateful for free soda refills and the diabetes that comes with it.
Yes, we are keeping Sweden in the
Amen.
red or in the black with Ozempic with our diet sodas.
That poor cute Italian guy that was going crazy on his third soda. Fabio, slow down. It's like Fabio's going to be 300 pounds before he leaves.
Fabio is that kid from Home Alone that drank all the pops and I don't want to sleep with Furcus.
Guys, yes, Megan Hits Wrong Button has been called on the bingo card, and 15 minutes of obligatory bullshit. We are now on minute 18. So we have blown right past that 15-minute mark. And we are about to go to the defense's first witness.
Thank you.
Dr. Vidya Krishnamurthy.
You'll remember her.
We do.
Remember her?
We do remember her from the Tim's case. Tell us what we're to expect here, Jen.
Well, when I was out in the lobby sequestered with everybody, she came one day, and this happened with multiple defense witnesses. They would come, they're having to be paid to be there, and then they're not called that day because so much hoopla and nonsense is happening in the courtroom. And that's how we left it. Remember, the judge is trying to argue, the state's trying to argue about which parental fitness witnesses cannot come in. And Catherine's like,
right.
Got a doctor out in the lobby waiting, can we do this later? So I sat out there talking with her, just kind of chit-chatting, and She is apparently just completely different than what she was in the Tims. I remember the day my family walked out of this courtroom and they looked like somebody had died. Like my kids, my husband, everybody. And they weren't really supposed to talk to me, of course. We went out for lunch and you could just tell it didn't go good, that she did a terrible job. But we know that CHOA, maybe the state themselves, got to her, because when she ordered that DEXA scan for Emma, CHOA called her and wanted a reason why. And she told Matt Hernandez, this is crazy. Like, CHOA's not supposed to ask me why I'm doing this for my patient. A doctor doesn't ask another doctor. They were doing it rudely, questioning her. I think she cries on the stand. I think she ends up crying.
Oh, well, that's on the bingo card. So if she does, we have a witness cries on the bingo card.
I think she's in like emotional distress, like wanting to do what's right. But everything she told Matt and Taki in a office meeting was not what she said on the stand. She held back.
That's
I think
terrible.
it's disappointing.
It is so unimaginably corrupt and aggravating that the one sane voice, again, we've seen this with Maya Kowalski. We have seen the sane voices with the Koof and things like that say, hey, I might be a bit of an expert here. I stayed at a Motel 6 and I'm a doctorologist, and they were silenced. They were bullied. And the more that comes out, the more they're being vindicated. And the richness of the CHOA geneticist to say that these are simply unknown variants, where all that unknown variant means is that it hasn't been researched. It doesn't mean it doesn't have negative effects. It means they haven't put forth the money to research it.
And she stressed that in the Tims trial. Remember, she kept saying, we don't know, we need time. But in an appointment with Emma, they had told the parent, she told the parents, yeah, I've seen vitamin D deficiencies cause weak bones, but I don't know that she ever actually gets that out on the stand. She's very nervous and she holds back. Part of me, I feel bad for her, but the other part of me, I'm really upset. I'm angry because you need to stand up. You should use that time there under oath to be fully honest and say, this is what's happening. And it's a shame. But I understand.
Yeah, because it's not like she's not going to be able to get another job somewhere. Look at that idiot, the one who got sued in Alaska and the other place, Knox. Barbara Knox gets a job wherever she goes. They put her in charge of the entire team. She got hired as the head of the Jacksonville Department of whatever for pediatrics. So if a woman like that can continue to fuck up the way she does and then get a job, I would imagine that this doctor could also get another job if these people got poorly.
For what's right, you're talking about prison for innocent parents. No one wants you to say something that's not true. Just speak to what the truth is.
Yeah, right.
I think it's going to be frustrating, honestly. Like, it's not going to be good for Matt and Taki.
All right, well, we have a few new bingo squares. Let me see if I can go over a couple of them. We'll just go over the bingo squares. Dumpster moment, hair talk, defense rocks, objection, didn't do nothing, Meg's blood pressure meds stopped working, bad hair, we all hate prosecutor, river dancing, mic drop, what a dick, appropriate loving parents, what a bitch, judge does something annoying, fake words, blink rate anomaly, the C word, squunching, sex scandal face, Spider-Man meme, overruled, Flux is going to get angry, muted boomer, demonstrative, they're making shit up, Megan hits the wrong button, which we have already called, state tries to trip witness, witness wrecks state, Flux pets cat, Flux chooses violence, for fuck's sake, unfucking real, what if anything, annoying hand gestures, baby stealers, stealing cats, not all heroes wear capes, straightforward answers, Nick demonetizes the stream, actual evidence, Mr. Jingles attacks. Oh, Nick's not here today. That's not going to happen. Catherine gives good face. Red flag, big words, bad pause face, Flux seething. Indiana Bones theme song. Pee break, vocal fry. Nick's meat plate. Witness dresses well. Smart doctor, not a dumbass. Chat hates witness. Witness cries. Panel goes 2 minutes without screaming. Witness intimidation. Oh, look, not lying. Premature ejaculation, 15 minutes of obligatory bullshit, which has also been called, Flux squalls out, and witness seething. All right. All right. If your bingo card has a lot of Nick on it, just redo it. Do a new one. All
I
right.
was about to say, put me in as Nick because I have a feeling I'll be angry.
There you go. And you have a cat, so if your cat attacks, we can just
yeah.
Solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give this court, give the truth, the whole truth, so nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. Please be seated. Please speak correctly with the microphone.
Okay.
And state your name and spell your name, okay?
Vidya Krishnamurthy, Vidya Krishnamurthy.
All right. Ms. Bernard.
Thank you. And thank you, Doctor. So you've already introduced yourself to the jury. And how are you employed, Dr. Krishnamurthy?
Self-employed.
And can you describe your practice?
I run a solo pediatric and clinical genetics practice in Alpharetta.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that since 2007.
Okay. And let's go a little bit back into your background. What is your educational background, Doctor?
I did my medical school in India. Then I went back to Malaysia and I worked there for a couple of years for the Malaysian government. And then I did private practice there for about 4 years. After I got married, I came to the US in 1999. Then I started preparing for my boards. And I cleared my boards. Then you have to redo the residency here, which is what I did. I did 1 year in Morehouse, and then I did the next year in UMass, and they gave me a year off because I was already a pediatrician back home. Then after I finished the pediatric residency,
Hey, Megan, can you pause it real quick?
I did my genetic residency in Duke.
I'm wondering if her difference in genetic values and things like that are because she has access to DNA banks of Asian heritage. I mean, it seems a bit too arrogant and American to think that, you know, China doesn't have their own DNA research bank, that Thailand and other Asian countries don't have those. So I'm wondering if she was able to get access to a not so Caucasian, you know, database that might have had variables that have been borne out in the Asian population.
Well, that's a reasonable hypothesis, but it also says she did her genetic residency at Duke. So Duke is in
She
North
did
Carolina.
medical training in India first, then Malaysia, and then I think she had to come to Duke to do a American residency. But my guess is she would know how to access genetic data banks with more Asian representation.
One would hope that the Duke Medical Research Center, which is supposed to be one of the greatest in the world, would also have access to those, one would hope. And that they also look at
Thailand doesn't have fax machines.
Yes, we learned that from Dr. What was his name? Messner. Dr. Messner.
Yeah, they use paper because he went to Thailand.
They don't have cell phones either, you know.
What a doofus.
How's that, Flux? Any better? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I think it might be better. It might be. We'll see.
Did you change browsers?
I did. I went over to Edge.
That's what I'm on, and I'm not
because I was
having any
using Chrome.
issues. Yeah, Chrome sometimes has issues. I don't know, so we'll see how it goes.
Duke University in North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay. And so what is involved in your genetics residency?
Okay, so basically in the mornings, I would help run the genetic clinic. Either me or the genetic counselor would go in and start taking history from the patient, do physical examinations, and then I would come out to the back room and discuss with my attending what could the differential diagnosis be, and then come up with a plan of testing. Then we would order the labs to the genetic labs. Then I would finish dictating the note and my boss would sign off on it. Then in the afternoon, I would do what is known as inpatient consults.
I can't believe I have to pee already. I'm just going to let it play. And I forgot to pee before I started this. That was a problem. Just going to let it play, but you can mark off pee break.
Where, say, for example, somebody on the floor wants a genetic consult, I would go in and see that family, take history, write a note, and come back and report back to my boss, and I'll formulate a plan of care for the patient, and I'll run it by my boss, and she'll tell me what to do, what not to do, and I would follow through with it.
Okay, and how long did that genetics residency last?
2 years.
Okay, and then let me back up in your education just a little bit. So you went to the Kasturba Medical College in India, right?
Yes.
And where did you graduate in your class? Do you recall?
It's so long. I'm sorry.
When did you graduate?
1984.
Okay. And then, so did you, before you came to the United States in 1999, did you work as a pediatrician in any other countries?
Only in Malaysia.
And okay, so then after your genetics residency at Duke, what did you do next?
My mother died. My mother died.
Oh gosh.
So I had to take, she died 1 month before I sat for my board exams. It was pretty traumatic.
Oh my God. Now we have to mark off witness cries, and that was not satisfying in any way. That's horrible. Jeez. Hey, maybe that's why she was so different, Jen. Or is she talking about way long ago?
Yeah, her mom died, which is still traumatic, obviously, but
Yeah, but she does seem a little bit over emotional already.
yeah.
Have they? Yeah, if they've been harassing her, then obviously this kind of having to talk about this is going to bring up.
Well, I mean, I even sat out with her in the lobby, and she was just very, very nervous, just like, just really nervous, like uncomfortable, not wanting to be there.
Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, in India, I mean, again, only casual observer who studies history obsessively, but the government is very corrupt. You could lose your license. I mean, it was raised and born in a place where the government has so much more control. And in a faith where women aren't expected to be aggressive, it's actually counter, to religious teachings. There's it's patriarchal. The men are supposed to be, kind of the mouthpieces. So she already kind of bucked the trend by going to medical school as a female, as a woman. So I could imagine that culturally, this is all, it would have different connotations to her, but that's just my perspective.
I think she was bullied, like everything else out. That's just, she doesn't even want to see patients anymore if DFCS is involved, and that's wrong.
Oh God,
that's not right, because these families need help. We have parents contacting us all the time. They need a genetic test. She doesn't want to get involved if CHOA and DFCS are involved, and I just disagree with that. Like, I don't care how sweet she is.
Is she affiliated with CHOA or not affiliated with them?
She has privileges at CHOA.
Okay, they're probably threatening to take them away.
Yes, that for sure, definitely. So I'm sorry for any trauma in her life, and I'm sorry for everything that she's ever gone through, and I'm sorry that Fox and Yi probably both bullied her. Remember in the Tim's trial when Fox stood up there and she was like, last week when you and I talked on the phone, like the way Fox said it, she wanted everyone in that courtroom to know you and I talked.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's just so mean to do to this 4'10" woman. It's bullying, and it is wrong.
Yeah. She doesn't seem like a very kind of assertive person to begin with, and I get where you're coming from, Jennifer, because it's in you, that passion and that fire, and hopefully she'll find hers. And
but she, unfortunately, she's from a place where they beat you with sticks and stuff.
Yeah,
so. I mean, I get it. I get both sides, but it's just
we're a little different here. We're more ready to flip a finger and tell people to go F off because this is the rebellious nation that it is. But there are places where you don't speak up against authority, or your family finds themselves in a dark hole. So, that's probably another issue, but this is
so
awful.
I took a couple of months off. Then I started to go back to work, I was new in Georgia and I didn't know anybody here. So I started doing locum for pediatricians. And then I got a job in sugar of pediatrics for a year. And I enjoyed it there very much, but it's a very busy practice. And there was no room to do genetics consultation. That takes about an hour plus or more. I opened my own practice in Alpharetta in 2007. And then that's why I've been in that same area.
And have you written any papers in the area of genetics?
Yes, when I was a resident, I wrote several papers, but it's been a couple of years now. I can't really remember. Some of them were on Gaucher disease. I think I helped co-write some papers on Pompe. There was one on autism. Then when I went into solo practice, I was really very, very busy trying to keep the practice going and running, doing the day-to-day administration and all of that.
Okay. And so have you always specialized in pediatrics and genetics?
Genetics are specialized here in the US. Pediatrics, I did in Malaysia. I went to UK for the board exams there.
Okay. So have you become a board so where did you do the board certification for Malaysia and the UK? That was the one that...
Scotland.
Okay. And then, so you received your board certifications there, and then you received board certifications again when you came to the United States,
yes.
Right? Okay. And have you maintained that board certification?
Yes.
And so what are you board certified in now, doctor?
Pediatrics and clinical genetics.
Okay, so PDM. And do you keep up with all the relevant literature in these fields?
Yes. Here it is a process called as maintenance of certification. Every 3 months, I answer questions online for pediatrics, and then I enrolled in what is known as prep curriculum, where you pay the money and they give you questions to read through and answer. That is for pediatrics. Genetics is about twice a year. I'll answer a set of questions, read through some articles, and it runs in cycles of 5 years.
And have you ever done any fellowships in metabolic medicine?
No, that's a different thing. That's anti-aging medicine. I went to that out of curiosity. It's not a genetic metabolic training.
Okay. Well, and thank you, because of course, you know, I'm looking at your CV,
Yeah.
of course. And so, and then you keep up with your recertifications, and have you done any further, I'm sorry, scratch that. You've got a lot of stuff on here. So do you keep up with all the peer-reviewed literature in genetics and pediatrics?
As much as I can.
And how many patients do you see in your practice, Dr. Krishnamurthy?
That's a good question. I see a good mix of them. Pediatric patients, on a busy day, I would see about maybe 25.
Okay.
On the 6th season, maybe more, 30. Tuesdays, I do telemedicine for the state of Georgia. And I reach out to the various centers like Valdosta, Macon, Athens, things like that. And then Wednesdays and Thursdays, I see in-house patients. Fridays, I keep it for maybe test results and a combination of pediatric patients.
And then sometimes when you're asked to come in and testify.
Huh.
And have you ever been qualified as an expert before in any?
Yes, recently.
So you have been qualified before. And at this time, I would tender Dr. Krishnamurthy as an expert in the field of clinical genetics and pediatrics.
Wish to void, Arya.
Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Krishnamurthy, you stated that you had publications. Are these peer-reviewed articles?
I wrote it when I was a resident, and it'll be under the guidance of my boss. And then me and another counselor or me and another co-resident would look through a lot of articles and read through, and we would draft the abstract and then maybe the initial part of the paper. Then my boss would guide us through it again, how to do the corrections.
So since residency, have you had any peer-reviewed publications?
I had one, I think autism, that was the tail end of my residency, and then none.
Okay, so none after residency.
No.
When did you finish your residency?
2005, my genetics residency.
I wish we could skip all this. I guess we can.
Clarify. So you're board certified in.
I want to get to the case.
Seeing Emma Hernandez.
Here we go.
Somewhere in April of 2024.
So April of 2024. And approximately how many times have you seen Emma Hernandez at your practice?
I got it here. Hang
Yes, please do refer to your report.
Initially, I saw her on 4/22/24 for an initial visit for history of multiple fractures. Then I saw her back on 6/7 of 2024 to review test results with the family. Then 8/9/24, I had a follow-up visit with the guardian. And then 11/13/24, again follow-up with the guardian to discuss further test results. And then 2/2/25, I had a follow-up visit. And then 3/4, another follow-up visit.
And so have all of these visits been with Emma and her parents, or with Emma and other family members who have been serving as her guardian?
Mostly with her guardian. The first visit was with the DFCS worker, Miss Ashley Smith. Then after that, it was with the guardian.
Okay. And was that Mr. and Mrs. Schultz?
Mr. Schultz.
So it was Tony Schultz, the girl's uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. And have the parents, Matthew and Wilairat Hernandez, or Chucky Hernandez, have they been present at any of the visits?
They saw me independently when I wanted to do some cheek swab testing for them. I don't think Emma was there.
Okay. So you have seen my client, Matthew, and his wife on separate occasions?
Because I have to collect the cheek swab sample.
Okay, and that's... I guess
Jennifer, did they do testing on the sister? Okay, I was wondering if the sister maybe had recessive genes.
DFCS wouldn't allow it.
Has she been
That
tested
makes
since then?
sense.
Do you know?
No, they're just in Thailand now, so they
Yeah.
haven't.
Oh.
But yeah, no, DFCS would not allow Arya to get tested.
But wouldn't that, if Arya didn't have any of the recessive genes, prove that? Okay,
Right.
never.
It's
Why am I
stupid.
trying to bring logic into this?
Silly Mo.
Yeah, I know. Why do I continue to forget that this is Georgia? And this
Yeah.
is Goa.
Good Lord. Flux will be back. She's resetting her router. She's having a lot of problems connecting.
Histories as well to see how those interact with Emma and their daughter.
Yes.
Okay. So that is, so you have seen Emma 6 times. And first of all, are you a mandated reporter?
Yes, of course.
And have you ever seen child abuse in your clinic?
Of course.
And have you reported that
Yes.
child abuse?
Yes, both in Malaysia and here.
So you have no problem reporting when you believe that there is child
No,
abuse
of course
going
not.
on. And has there been anything about your observations or interactions with Emma Hernandez that has indicated to you that she is a victim of child abuse?
They came to me for history of fractures, and I was trying to look at the differential diagnosis for fractures. Of course, child abuse will always be there in the list, but then I also wanted to see what else could be going on. They brought test results for me from Invite, and it showed some variants, and I did further testing.
If you could just make sure to speak into the microphone, you're a bit soft-spoken, doctor.
Okay.
So you were considering differential diagnoses, and child abuse was one of them, right?
Yes, you always have to.
Okay. And so have you been able to develop, well, first of all, so what kind of genetic findings have you come up with for Emma Hernandez?
They came to me with a test result from a lab called Invite, and it showed several variants. And so when you look at variants, they can either be pathogenic, meaning we've seen the mistake before, we know it can cause a problem. How much can it really cause a problem is a different story. It's penetrance of the gene and things like that. Then you have likely pathogenic, and then you have variants of uncertain significance and benign. Benign meaning likely not to cause a problem. Variants of uncertain significance means sometimes the lab is not able to predict 100% whether it's going to cause a problem or not. And we would have to follow up with the lab in the future, maybe 6 months, maybe in one of my patients' cases, 5 years before they give us an answer.
Okay. So when a patient has a variant of unknown significance, you don't know if that's going to be a problem for them or not.
No, and no.
Okay, so what were Emma Hernandez's results that you got from NVT?
Well, she had several genes, but the two genes that I was looking at was the COL12A1 gene, and that was reported by the INVITE as variant of uncertain significance. And if pathogenic, it can cause a myopathic form of EDS. But they also had a sentence that's saying there's preliminary evidence showing association with autosomal dominant hypermobile EDS. And I also called the lab today again before I came here, and I spoke to the counselor to verify that that is what was in the thing. And she said, yes, it's prelim evidence, and I got an email from her.
So these are these things that are being updated constantly in these genetic databases and from the laboratories?
Yes, and generally I would call the labs back in maybe 6 months or a year or maybe 2 years, at least once a year to get an update from them to see if they have any further information. And they will do free testing for you, reanalysis basically once for free.
Okay. So there was if we could continue, there were two findings on the INVITE results that gave you a special concern, right?
Yes.
But there were other findings of genetic variants on her results, right?
Yes, but the lab predicted that some of them are likely not going to cause a problem. So I didn't look too much at those.
Okay. So why were you especially concerned about the two variants that she had on the COL12A1 gene?
Because the COL12A1 gene, if you read about it, and it's very interesting. It is involved in osteoblastic function. Osteoblast is when your cells in your bone form new bones. Osteoclast is when they break it down. There must be a balance between the both. And so it is there's a very interesting paper, and I actually have it here, and if you all want, I can give it to you all to read. It is complex, but it is interesting because it says that this gene, and we still don't know the full function of this gene. We are still learning.
I feel it's important this is her comfort and her power zone. You can really tell she's confident in this. She's excited. And I just wanted to point that out because she was crying and I wanted her to have her power moment
Well, and the chat is saying too, let's see, Mo in the craft tent. Is that you?
Yeah. I was on my craft channel.
Oh yeah. I was totally agreeing with that comment. You said you thought she was coming off as competent and grounded in this field. Yeah, completely.
I think she is. I think she's very smart, and I think she genuinely cares. That's why she emailed the lab even that morning. And she's like, I've got an email from them. I got it from this morning.
And I think that's part of why, Taki and Mike won, because here you have a geneticist that's going back, she's checking, and Choa's geneticist honestly acted like he couldn't be effing bothered. She went back and got
already had
proof.
too many tests as it was. Like, he didn't care at all.
Yeah, she went back and got proof that these were likely pathological, that these had already been, preliminarily tested as coming back with issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she worked hard. She did. And it helped. The answers that she gave the family helped.
Yeah, and she is coming off as very, very smart in this field,
She's
not
the first
condescending.
doctor. She's the first doctor who said we don't a pathogen or a marker of unknown significance. We don't know if it's going to cause a problem or not.
Yeah,
she stands firm on that.
Miss it. Wait a minute. Smart doctor has been called. I'm calling smart doctor on the bingo card because clearly that's the answer that should have been given so many times. And they were given the opportunity to say that, but none of them would say it. They just kept saying it's not pathogenic. It's not pathogenic.
It doesn't matter. That test doesn't matter.
If you ever see this is where you have power. You have knowledge, and that is power. And you do have, I think, the confidence in your skill set and your levels. Don't let the bastards get you down. You're part of America, Bucky's brisket family now. Come on. Rebel for America.
I have to show you guys something unrelated to this case because it just came in, and there are probably people in the audience who are following the Hales case, but I just need to show you this because this is a new order that just came in from the judge in the federal case that Richard Luthman, a felon, is still in with Jeremy Hales, and he has bothered this judge so many times. I don't recommend that, by the way, by arguing with orders and, telling the judge that he's wrong and all of this other stuff. So here's the newest order that just came in. And it's so funny. Why is it spinning? It's spinning for me. Stop doing that. There we go. All right. Here's the newest order.
Leave me alone.
Overruling the additional objections to the June 2nd order. This guy filed 2 or 3 objections to this one order. The defendant, Richard Luthman Jr., who spent 4 years in the pen for a lot of crap, to the magistrate judge's non-dispositive order of June 2, which denied leave to file a reply memorandum, the order of June 11th, overruled the objections. Mr. Luthman now has filed additional objections that include a baseless suggestion the clerk's office mishandled the original objections. Perhaps the new objections suggest because opposing parties infiltrated the clerk's office or perhaps bribed clerk's office employees. The assertion
With what? I want this
from
story.
reality. The assertion is detached from reality.
Was
The
it
second page
Pokemon
just-
cards?
The new objections change nothing. The magistrate judge's June 2nd order and my June 11th order were correct. It is ordered. Thank you, Judge Hinkle. Thank you. But this is the best paragraph ever. Because opposing parties infiltrated the clerk's office or perhaps bribed clerk's office employees. Oh my God.
Megan, can we make a Lego office with little burglar figurines, like little robblers? Can we reenact this?
Jeremy Hales infiltrated the clerk's office.
With a fake mustache? Like what? How?
Yeah, I don't
Did
know.
he get one of my wigs?
Maybe he got into your wig collection. I don't know. But this guy, oh my God, you guys, seriously, that was just too funny not to mention as it came across the wire.
That was pretty funny.
I had to mention it. I will be talking about that on tonight's stream, obviously, on my channel at 8 p.m. Please do tune in. We will be going over it and laughing at the idiocy of the anti-Hales ecosystem who continue to make asses of themselves in court. I have a court hearing tomorrow with Lips, by the way. It should be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll see.
And that is the beauty of genetics. And so it is involved in osteoblastic formation, that means bone formation. And they have done studies on mice where if you knock off the gene, so the mice doesn't have the gene functioning, so then the mice's bones are not so strong. They're more thin and fragile and
And if another geneticist has said that mice studies don't matter to humans, what do you have any response to
I
that?
think they do matter. We have to learn from somewhere. I mean, many people do mice studies.
Yeah, we should probably stop though. I can't figure out why we keep on studying animals.
when
like
we
that.
have so many convicts.
It's so cruel. When we have convicts, why do we use mice? I don't understand.
Look,
we have,
only if
we have
they're
pedophiles
super-duper
sitting in
guilty.
prison right now
Yes.
doing nothing.
I am just saying for humanity. Geneva who?
Oh, kid.
I like that she's like, yeah, everyone does my studies. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Sticky Widget, thanks for the 5, says I have a meeting in 15 minutes. So if you could hit pause and hang out for an hour, that would be great. Thanks in advance. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But you can hit the replay button when you get out, Sticky. It'll be okay. Yes, by the way, we do like super chats. We do like them. We like super tips as well, and they are turned on. So if you would like to help the show, or you can send Mo a Cash App or a Venmo too. I've got her going across the bottom.
thank
Same
you.
with House of Flux. Somebody send her a Venmo for her her
He
internet.
needs help. Does Jonathan need to go and buy her a new computer and a new internet? And Elon Musk can cut
I
down.
don't know. I
What
don't
can I
know.
do?
Yeah,
She says
I'm
she thinks
telling
it's
you
a
guys.
StreamYard issue, and she's trying to
Yeah,
figure it out. So
StreamYard was an entire butt monkey with me for a long time. I had to go back to factory reset or whatever you do when you strip down your computer. I call it factory reset. But I
weird.
had to re-download everything, and it's still
Really?
somewhat wonky.
That's weird.
Like when you're streaming it yourself, but not when you're
Yeah.
on Megan's?
Not as much when I'm on Megan's, but I do have a tab open problem, so it could
Yeah,
be mine
I
a
have the
different
tab
user.
open problem too. I solved that though by putting StreamYard on one monitor and doing all my tabs on the other monitor. If I do not switch away from the StreamYard monitor tab, I don't have the freezing problem. But it
might try
requires
that.
more than one monitor. So just put your StreamYard up on one monitor, do all your tabs on the other.
Good idea.
Try
Thank
that.
you for that.
Huh. Flux is getting
Sisters,
Flux says
sisters.
it's telling her she has no internet, but everything is connected and on. That's so weird. Call Brad.
I was about to say, is the soccer thingy happening near Flux? Have all the tourists taken the internet?
Oh, maybe. Oh, but there are so many people near her for the DC thing that who knows? Maybe because all those people are there for the 250th. So she's not that
I
far
love
from
that I'm like,
DC.
I don't know anything about tech, but maybe it's a conspiracy.
Maybe.
So it doesn't tell us for sure what's going to happen in a human, but it does give us a suggestion of how that gene works. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So the COL12A1 gene is involved in
Jameson
collagen
thinks so too.
production.
Certain lawyers as
And
test
then
subjects.
you testified that
Yeah.
it's involved in
Why
the
not?
creation of osteoblasts.
Yes.
Which are bone creation.
Function of the osteoblasts and how they line up and how they help produce bone formation. And it's just one factor.
What are some of the other factors?
Oh, there's a whole lot more in that. That's a little bit more complicated also. And I'm not a molecular geneticist, but I was reading the paper. There's RUNX gene, there's WNT gene, and they are still learning about it.
And so you mentioned osteoclasts as well.
Yeah.
And you said the bone breaking down?
Like you must have a balance, right? Osteoblasts make the bone. You don't want to make too much bone, then it gets too dense. Osteoclasts will break it down and kind of balance it. Sounds very simplified, but there's a whole lot of interactions between the proteins and the things like that in that area.
Okay. And would it be correct to say that you have spent most of the past 20 years working with actual patients in genetics rather than just doing research in a lab?
Yes, I'm mostly clinical.
Okay, so that's why you are certified, you're board certified in clinical genetics.
Yeah, I'm not a molecular geneticist.
Okay. Have you reviewed the work of any molecular geneticists in examining what might be going on with Emma Hernandez?
Yes, I read several articles, a whole lot of articles. And the one
objection, she's not a molecular geneticist. She can't go into what things she's read on it.
Your Honor, this is the field of genetics, and as a clinical practitioner, I would hope she would make herself familiar with the research in more specialized research fields.
Yeah.
That's what you want your clinicians to be doing.
Well, let's lay that foundation. Let me hear that from her if she's able to testify as to molecular genetics.
Certainly, Your Honor. And so Dr. Krishnamurthy, as a clinical geneticist and board certified pediatrician, what are you trying to do for your patients?
I want to find the truth.
And what kind of conditions do your patients come to you with?
Genetic patients, things like Down syndrome, autism, Turner syndrome, short stature, developmental delay, osteogenesis imperfecta. I have a family of 5 for whom I'm the pediatrician. And it's very interesting to see the variability of the same gene in the same family having different clinical manifestations. It's interesting. So
have you
Also, if I'm a juror,
found,
I'm paying attention right there.
In the course of providing genetic.
Oh,
Yeah.
If I'm a juror, I'm paying attention right there. In a family of 5 that all have the same genetic markers for osteogenesis imperfecta, they all have different clinical presentations. And if I'm a juror, I'm paying attention to that because she seems knowledgeable. She's teaching me something. And I do think that as bad as you all thought it went, I think just her being so personable and likable compared to the state geneticist, I
Yeah,
would have
agreed.
been more open to taking on her information.
Especially because she has a way of speaking that's like teaching and it's very humble. It's not
Yes.
it's not the kind of tone that Messner has. She's just
That's
very
true.
likable.
It's very, very
She's just very likable. And also she hasn't said anything yet that
doesn't
makes
help
me
them.
that doesn't help them. Yeah.
No, and
Um,
I think that if the prosecution is really aggressive with her, it's going to be distasteful to the jury. I think sometimes lawyers don't. They want to be that bulldog, zealous advocate, and they don't realize when and how to use that. And they use it on the wrong people, and it can really set a jury off. She's done nothing. She's been nothing but kind, nice, even,
Right.
cried about her mom. This
Yeah.
is not the woman you want to be playing hardball with.
I definitely agree with that. And obviously this is the first time I'm watching it. Like I haven't gone and seen it, even though it's been up. Last night we were with Matt and I told him we were going to be starting Krishnamurthy today. And he immediately was like, oh, God, it was so terrible. I mean, so that's just the vibe. So I don't know if it's when prosecution gets a hold of her. I don't know. I just know that day, nobody left that courtroom on the defense team feeling good. My gosh, I think that's a tax, right?
That's an attack. I'm
That
Yes.
was
I'm
an attack to me.
Mr. Jingles attacks. We get Thor attacks. Thor
Yeah.
attacks. Thor
Yeah,
came
Thor-
down over the top of the seat. Now he slapped her in the face with his tail. I'm
Would
gonna
you
call
stop
it.
eating pens?
Look who's
Stop.
here. Look who the cat dragged in. Gadfly. What's going on?
Hello. How have you been?
Hello. I've been great. How are you? How come your camera's not on? I can't see your face.
Well, I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone.
I'm sorry.
Fine. It's been so long since you've been here and you don't even show me your face. Unbelievable.
Listen,
Chat,
man, I
I
don't
don't know if
stream
you-
every day, okay? I don't even know what court case you're talking about. Do you say Mr.
We are-
Jingles?
We are we are talking about
Well-
Mr. Jingles is a cat that's not here. Okay, I can't explain it right now.
Y- yeah.
But Thor is sitting in for Mr. Jingles, and so it's all fine. And the chat knows what I'm talking about.
The cat is
which all
happy.
that-
Schrodinger has been appeased.
Right.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
For those of you who don't remember Gadfly, Gadfly is the incredible genius who came up with this song. Where is it?
Objection hearsay. Oh my God, I don't advocate.
And I dragged him into the show during the Johnny Depp trial. I wanted to interview him about that show, about that song, and then he never left. I was just like, "Can you come back?" And then he came back.
That's right. Actually,
like
you were
a
saying,
year
can you
or
please
however
not
long.
come back? And I was like, no, I'm going to stay here forever.
But guess what? Gadfly has a new song, and I know that all of you are going to appreciate it. If I play it, are you going to copyright me?
No, I don't know. I made sure it was not on any. It's not even on like the TikTok content ID stuff, so anyone can use and reuse it to
All
their
right.
heart's content.
Well, Gadfly came out of retirement for 3 years.
Oh,
After 3 years of nothing, to do a Bricks and Minifigs song, and we
That's right.
gotta play this. It's so good. By the way, Gadfly does not do AI. He does all his own musical production and singing. So this
That's
is
true.
This is original work. It's so good.
Look at this villain with the cartoon mustache. Who would throw his whole business in the trash instead of just giving Brian his Legos bag? We'll go run, brick by brick, now your whole thing done. Hope we have fun. Everybody hates you now. Where are the Legos and where are your eyebrows? American Fork PD. Guess what called this a salad thief? What false charge can you place on me? Cause everything I say is allegedly. Ben's innocent, you know it. All your lies, the body can't show it. Thought this heat would end in a week. Brother, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. The way you do business makes me sick. And if you don't like my song, then you can suck my brick. Suck my brick. You can suck my brick. Suck my brick. You can suck my brick.
I love it.
Suck my brick. You can suck my brick. Suck my brick. You can suck my brick. Suck my brick. You can suck my brick. Josh, you
God, it's so good. I need the 10-minute version.
If this doesn't win Eurovision, I am revolution. Viva la
Yeah.
revolution.
I don't know if America's eligible, but if we were,
That
We're
should
gonna
win some awards.
bust in. You know us. We'll just go
Yeah.
over there.
we're part of Europe now. Deal with it.
Well, the
We'll make our
Europeans wanna
own
be part of us
Eurovision.
now. So, it feels like we're all coming together. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this case, Gadfly, is about a baby that was taken from her parents. Little Emma Hernandez was taken from her parents by Choa Hospital and DFCS in Georgia. The Children's Hospital and DFCS claiming that because she had some unexplained fractures, she was a victim of child abuse. Now, they could not explain how she was abused or who did it, but they charged both her parents anyway, and they were facing 80 years in prison.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, we got through the state's case, which was total garbage, and they had nothing. They couldn't tell anybody anything about how she was abused, what was the cause of the injuries, only that somehow they abused her and broke her bones.
Yes.
So
and-
how was this all like found out? Like, did someone call?
They took
Shame
her
on
to
the
the
parents or
doctor
what?
because she had a
Yeah,
bruise.
the evil
Oh.
parents took the child to the hospital or the doctor, and they're like, "Hey, this is really
wrong with
weird. We've
you?"
had another child. This is all
Her
weird."
little leg is swollen. Help us
Yeah,
figure
her
out
leg was
what's going
swollen.
on.
Help us, please. And then her dad shows them a picture on his phone where he's like, hey, also, there was this weird bruise behind her ear like a week or two ago, but it disappeared. And here's a picture of it. So, yeah, because all abusers take pictures of their abuse and then show it to doctors. That
Yeah.
makes total sense.
Classic move.
Classic. So instead of finding out what was wrong with the baby and like doing massive genetic testing or other things to find the underlying cause, they just chalked it up as abuse, took the baby and the 3-year-old from the parents, one of whom is an immigrant to this
Even
country.
though she had no injuries, right? They did the forensic
Right.
interview. They did a whole skeletal survey on the older sibling. Everything was fine. But we
Took them for 3 years while they put this family through hell.
Wow.
And this was finally the criminal trial. The juvenile court before the criminal trial dropped it. And then the criminal trial, the state still went forward, even though the juvenile court dropped it. State still went forward, charging these two with abuse, both mom and dad. And yeah, the good news is, the spoiler is that the family is acquitted and they are now happily back together. But we did not have access to the court footage until a documentarian released it, so now we can watch it. So this
okay.
is the defense's case, and right now this is one of the defense's genetic specialists on the stand explaining that, by the way, the baby did have a couple of genetic markers that aren't normal and that can lead to connective tissue disorder problems or osteogenesis imperfecta, which is a underlying bone disorder. But the state kept saying, but it's not pathogenic. It's unknown significance. It's not pathogenic, which of course really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and we have
like, what does
inside
that mean?
baseball.
What does it mean? It means they don't know yet what, if you have a marker of unknown significance in your genes, it just means they don't know what it particularly does, and they don't know how it will affect you.
Oh no,
That doesn't-
yeah, I know that. I was just like, well, what is their argument saying? Like, I don't understand what they're trying
But
to say.
because
by it.
it's not pathogenic and we don't know everything about it, then it can't possibly be. It's got to be abuse. I mean, that's their
Oh.
argument.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And we have inside baseball because Jennifer Williams on the panel was the foster mother who kept saying, look, she's still getting these marks. There's something wrong. I've been a foster mom for forever and something is not right with this child. And so she advocated and what made a stink, and the state retaliated against her and no longer let her be a foster parent after she testified on the parents' behalf. Just stating as a foster parent of so many years that there was something different here.
I guess it's just easier, to not like actually look into anything properly and just say, you probably just
There's
for bad.
no incentives for reunifying families. That's the key in these cases. There is no money to find a medical condition for a child and reunite parents. But there is money in removing a child and thrusting the family through 2 different court systems while they fight for their family. There's money in that. So that's the biggest thing, is the Title IV funds is connected to all of this.
Well, good for the prosecutors. I'm glad they got paid.
They're such
Hooray.
idiots. And this is the second family. Gadfly, this is the second family. The Timms family was acquitted for this exact thing with the exact hospital and the exact same child abuse pediatricians. And they decided to go forward with another case with the same facts.
It's not a good sign if you another court's like, no, this is nonsense. And you're like, well, maybe
it'll work again.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Counseling and treatment for your patients. Do you, I think you already testified, you keep up with the research in the field of genetics, right?
I do my best.
And does that mean you have to look at papers and speak to people in the field of molecular genetics?
I speak to other people, I reach out to other people, because genetics is an ever evolving field. And there are other people who know other things that I don't know. And so I write, even in this case,
What? Like Dr. Messner would have a heart attack hearing this.
Yeah.
Has he ever said the words, there are other people who know things I don't know?
Has he said it or believed
He's never
it?
been
Those are
wrong,
two different things.
Oh, Gadfly, you missed it. Dr. Messner was the absolute worst. And he's never been wrong, by the way. Never.
Oh,
Child
that's
abuse
pretty good.
pediatrician, never been
and
wrong.
It makes Adam Lambert look straight.
Oh,
I didn't think was
Yes.
possible.
very
But holy
impressive.
God.
I wish I had a picture of him ready to go with the leather daddy outfit, but I don't think I do. I have to go look. If I find it, I'll pull it up. I gotta go look.
I've tried to reach out to doctors in Italy who are they have a bone, I don't know how you call it here. They study bone disorders a lot. And also even doctors in China. And so I reach out to other people to learn and to see what I should do for my patients.
And so does that require you that requires you learning about the research done by genetics specialists who focus on research versus seeing patients?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I hope that is sufficient to qualify as why a clinical geneticist would want to familiarize herself with.
Well, she's already testified she's not a molecular geneticist. So I would just have to hear the question
Objection.
and determine under
Objection.
what expertise
It's
she has.
used
to
globally
give
with
an
or
opinion.
holistically within her
I don't think you
discipline.
just want to have conversations from other people that she's talked to around the world.
So is that sustained?
So
what
can you tell us anything about
I was just gonna
the
keep going.
genetics laboratories that you send these results off to and are talking to about what specific gene expressions and variants might mean?
So if I were to do a test, for example, I use either GeneDx or Variantix. They're two big labs here in the US. So I would actually look at the patient, come up with a plan of care, and fill out the form and send off for the testing. And then the lab would call the patient about costing and all of that. And then once the results come in, if I'm fairly clear, I will talk to the family. If I'm not clear, not sure, I need further clarification, I would reach out to the team.
Okay, I have found a picture of Messner on the stand. So this is interesting for Gadfly, to catch him up on these things. He doesn't know. He needs to see this. Let's see.
Excited to see this guy. Sounds awesome.
He's incredible. I mean, we suggested he not wear this to court, but he couldn't help himself.
What? What?
That's Dr. Stephen Messner. He's a child abuse pediatrician at CHOA. And that's
In our
him.
defense, we were left alone with his smug bastard self, so we had to do something.
Wow.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
It's a good thing to wear the stand. Good. Great. So I assume he didn't wear that on the stand. But
Well, he might as well
is
have.
that a thing that he wears in his
his
life?
actual screenshot, and you tell me what you think. I mean, I think it comes through the screenshot what he actually wore too. I mean, I don't know. Let me see if I could find
Might
it.
be hard to
Here he
hear him through the dog mask,
Here he is.
Somehow worse.
Yeah, like I said, Adam Lambert straight
worse.
as the brawny man.
It's actually worse.
Man.
It is.
His eyes.
I know.
Like a doll's
keep
eyes.
thinking- I keep thinking he's going to ask me where the wire hangers are. What did I say about those hangers? And I was like, damn it, I didn't. Sorry.
Here's another one.
Oh, and his hand gestures were so beyond jazz hand.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
There were a lot of hand gestures and bad pauses. There are some really good bad pauses on him. I think I have some bad pause faces. I'm looking.
You should have just sang while he was on the stand the whole time.
We also think that his hair is a hairpiece. I think that is one of those.
You think it is?
Yes. There we go. Here he is.
Oh. Well, clearly it's a hairpiece. He changed
less
it.
gay.
He's a very special unicorn. He is. He's
That's
very
cool.
special.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a lot of fun with Dr. Messner, but he's never been wrong. He wants you to know
No.
that. He's never, ever been wrong
That's
about
pretty
any.
impressive.
There was a time that he had thought he was wrong, but he went back and double checked and decided he was actually righter the first time.
Yeah, he was
Well,
mistaken about that. But not
People
really,
think
because
it's
it
the
can't be.
flamboyancy that makes us know he's gay, but it's really technically it's that he said he's never wrong. If he had a wife, he would know better.
You know that he's always wrong.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, who is wrong when you have two dudes?
No.
They're
I
never.
feel like
probably
that's a
just like-
Schrodinger question. I'm gonna need
Probably just
physicists.
like, yeah. Solve it over a game of Mario
Twitter
Kart or something.
DMs.
I don't know.
Okay, I have to check my Twitter
Some
DMs
more.
chat. Okay, will do.
At variant takes or gene gets. And they have molecular geneticists there. They have genetic counselors that even me or even the families can talk to for advice.
Right. So looping back to the call 12A1 variants and why that might be relevant to collagen production.
All right, sorry. JKD just reminded me. He got me my. This was the drawing that we did. I did this drawing on the stand. Doesn't he look better? I swear. This is how he should look all the time.
It's kind of stylish.
He is our power bottom representation for June.
He is. Well, it is June, and we did
don't
have
forget
to do
about it.
something. We cannot forget about June. We are celebrating it with everything we have.
Now, I
Yes.
know that Amazon and every other corporation has seemed to have forgotten about it this year, but you can't.
We
But
are
we
keeping
can't.
the flame alive, literally
keeping
and
it
figuratively and flamingly.
We're
If you
keeping
do
the
forget
flavors
it.
alive.
I do forget we're going to reset to June 1st again at the end of the month.
What have you been able
Oh,
to
no.
discover
Gay Hounds
with regard
Day?
to this?
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Oh my God, Bill Murray, you, me, a bunch of wigs. We're doing this.
Wait, you could
It's
pitch that and
June
get
all
that,
the
like, you can
time.
get money for that instantly.
I know. We're getting Spaceballs, the new one, and Gay Hogs Day. June never ends.
Gay Hawks.
Specific variants
my
that
God.
Emma Hernandez has.
By itself, you cannot say that they cause fractures. I asked the lab today. She said, I asked them to look for papers. They said, no, they can't find the paper. But there preliminary evidence that it can be associated with autosomal dominant hypermobile EDS. But the other thing is you must also think of comorbidities. Like in this case, I know her vitamin D level was low. Her parathyroid hormone, calcium, phosphorus was normal, but her vitamin D level was low. And so one of the things I actually have been thinking of in the process of researching for this case is that if every baby in the US when they're born, after the first 24 hours of life, they get a finger prick. and they get a blood test for certain metabolic disorders. And I read a paper where the research team had done testing on the vitamin D hormone in the dried blood spot. So then my question is, who can I reach out to who might consider doing a small study on pregnant mothers, checking the vitamin D levels when they're pregnant, and then looking at the dried blood spot in the newborn babies, because either way you're going to collect the specimen. And so then that would kind of help us figure out whether other mothers.
Yeah, that's a
getting
really
enough
good
vitamin
idea.
D.
Has anyone done it?
And then what should we do
Yeah,
for
too
the
hard.
babies? I tell all
Have you
my
considered
all
child
my
abuse,
mothers to
Megan?
give the babies 1 drop
Squunchy?
of vitamin D every day. The question is one.
It's much easier to just accuse the parents of squunching the baby than
Yeah. Wait, was this the one where I can't remember. We thought that, no, that was Jameson with the counter and like, I don't even think
Oh yes,
we gave.
the squeeze and slam.
Yeah, the squeeze and
and
slam.
slam was.
I don't think they
Jameson.
even gave an explanation on how this
No.
happened other than you'd have to
No.
use some force because babies are bendy.
Right. All we know is that this was a squeezing and a squunching, I guess.
Oh man.
Not squunch is a new word we learned from these doctors, by the
Yes.
way, Gadfly. You're gonna have
Oh,
to
they
put it in
said
your
that?
vocabulary. Yes.
Okay.
You have
Squunch.
you've met Stephen Messner, but you have yet to meet Karina Brown, who is a whole other
Oh, that
level
one.
of
She
Narnia
I do have.
craziness.
I do have a picture of her.
Megan
in
has
my
that one ready
brain.
to go.
I think I do.
We
Well, I
do.
did. Where did it go? Is the question. Oh no, maybe it's gone.
No.
Oh, look, and I had Stephen Messner in here all along. Who is this guy? I forgot who this guy was. Who is this? This
Is
was the
that
guy
Afro
from the-
Man?
No, yeah, the Afro Man trial. This is the
Right.
cop in the Afro Man trial.
I love that I can remember courtrooms from their decor because I don't pay
showed up
attention to
like
the
this.
people.
He showed up to testify like this to say, I'm not a thief. But look at him. I mean, the guy clearly looks like a thief.
He's just successful.
My favorite part of that trial had to be, so did your wife sleep with Afro Man? I mean, that's
Yeah,
not like
I
my
don't know. Ask
story.
him.
Or ask him. I was
I
like,
love that. I love that he's like, oh, I can't prove she didn't.
I was
Okay.
like, I don't mean to state the obvious here, but wouldn't it be somewhat apparent if she had slept with Afro Man?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be me, myself, and Irene, but
It's like he
No,
was
I
afraid
think-
to ask her because he doesn't want to find out the answer.
I think maybe they did. I think maybe she did sleep with him. I don't. He led me to believe that was a possibility.
And who wouldn't with a song like Unfound Cake,
I mean,
really?
You
Fair
just can't. You
point.
just never know. God, how did I lose Verena Brown's pictures? Damn it. Gadfly. She was. Oh, you know what? We should just show him the river dancing video.
yes.
Yes.
Ooh, I like river
Oh,
dancing.
yes. Okay, so Verena Brown, well, she's a child abuse pediatrician, but she also has this weird TikTok page and Instagram page where she does real weird things. What's it called? Sentient Anatomy? Isn't that
Sentient
what it's called?
Anatomy. And she's a sex positive sexologist who likes
And
to
a
do
child
a
abuse
child abuse.
pediatrician.
yeah,
They
who
go
likes
hand
to
in
do anatomical kind of representations with a scrunchie.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's one video that she made of herself, which this is truly, I did not slow this down. There was music with it. I had to take the music out because it's copyrighted. But
What?
she really did make this video of herself on Instagram.
As an adult, keep that in mind. Not in her
Check
Yeah,
it
teenage.
out.
I mean, this is like a look how cute I am video.
Look how sexy I am.
Ew, I don't know if
She
I mean
legitimately has Jim
Oh,
Brewer high
she's naked
eyes.
under there. She's naked under there. Somebody put a
To pay
towel
a
on her.
photographer to have to do this.
oh,
I
gosh.
feel like there
Wait,
should be hazard pay.
But
Listen,
wait,
guys,
there's more.
she seems lovely.
She does. Wouldn't you trust her with your children? I mean,
I don't know if I'd say that, but she seems
right.
lovely in a different
Okay,
context
what's
for
this?
sure.
What's this, Gadfly? What are we doing here? What
I
are
am
we doing
not
here?
Society's expectations. You know the guys noodling down the creek were so confused.
She's in a prom dress in a river. Like just
It looked
just-
like
just-
so much fun. We decided to do it too.
Yeah,
It's
we
so
did.
fun.
We did.
Wow.
We did
That's
river dance.
yeah. That's
Would you
something.
like
I
to
mean,
see?
she wasn't lying. She's not society's expectation of like a normal human. That's true. You know,
That
I'm
is
kinda weirded
true.
out.
That is true. We raised $9,000 for the Timms family though, because we promised people that we would river dance if they raised the money, and they did.
Yes.
And
Okay. Now I'm excited to see this.
you want to see this? Because it's pretty funny. But wait,
It is.
where did
I recorded from a telephoto lens because I suck at technology. Poor Megan had to like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
We did it.
I like the assist into the river.
Live, laugh, love and learn. Take the scenic route, don't turn. Enjoy the
I made
little
this
things
song.
you see. Collect moments,
Love
not
you,
things
Karina.
like me. Follow your heart, let your soul be free. Always take time for sweet iced tea. Bloom where you're planted. Be kind, you can't pour joy from an empty mind. Dance like no one is watching. In a river, feel the sunshine. Let it deliver, count your blessings. Trust
Green
the
screening it.
timing.
Good. It's all good.
Keep on shining. Grateful, thankful, blessed. That's me. Forever home where I'm meant to be.
Wait till the strangers start walking by, because that's my favorite part. Or hikers. I traumatize them.
Be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Speak your truth, say it loud. Life's not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about dancing barefoot in the grass. Dream big, sparkle
Get it,
bright.
Jennifer.
Every sunset brings new light. Adventure waits, so pack your heart. Home is where good stories start. Dance like no one is watching.
This poor man.
River flow like love's forever giver. Trust your journey, breathe it in.
Probably thinks he's
This
going
is
crazy.
where the magic begins. Grateful, thankful,
Wait
blessed.
till I tell you that there were hikers watching me do costume changes in the
Where
woods.
I'm meant to be.
The mayor wardrobe melted.
Oh wow, it's like a whole crowd.
Where I'm meant to be. Let go and let God. Laugh till it's odd. Faith over fear. And wide
What I was having?
rise and grind. And love like you
Jennifer, you're
Wake
such a
up,
goddess.
pray up, slay the day.
I can't believe you're a
Find your
grandmother.
joy along
He
the
brought
way.
the whole
Home
town.
sweet home is
The whole town was
crystal
there
clear.
watching.
Good vibes only all day here. Dance like no one is watching. In a river, feel the flow. Forgive the giver. Count your blessings. Dream out loud. Stand tall, humble, and country proud.
Oh, he's a little costume change.
I told you there were costume changes.
I know. We had costume changes and those jams.
My children
Love
were
till the end
filming
of time.
and dying laughing. It's funny.
This house
It's really
runs
funny.
on coffee and rhyme.
And there were bugs. There were a lot of bugs.
Oh yeah, it's a river. That was great.
We're going to be raising money for the Hernandez family. That will be coming soon. There is a Hernandez. If the mods will put the fundraiser link up, we will be doing a fundraising stream though coming up. And if we raise the goal, the first goal I think is $5,000. And when we hit that, we will be destroying things with chainsaws, just like the DFCS worker having the mental breakdown on social media in this case. And they still let her go to work and decide on people's lives and stuff. So,
That
yeah.
sounds awesome.
Yes.
I want to see that one too. And I
I
demand
know.
the same outfits.
Chad and me demand a t-shirt with the hiker in the back that says, I went to find Bigfoot and found this.
That man was so funny.
had a smile that stayed.
I have got to get the rest of the B-roll footage from that because it's more than just him. Entire families walked behind me, dying laughing, and I should do like a blooper reel.
Did he say anything to you as he walked by?
No.
No, okay, that's
Screaming.
the worst.
I just kept screaming, I lost a bet. I lost a bet.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god. Okay, wait.
You should make a tier on every one of your fundraisers. Yeah. Make a tier called Back to the River on every single one. That one.
That's awesome.
We get chainsaws this time, though we
get
have to
chainsaws, though,
convince
yeah.
our respective husbands that we should be allowed.
Well,
to
my
even...
husband already told me no, I'm not allowed, but he got me like
Yeah.
a little electric saw, and he said I could use that instead. So
Ooh,
we'll have to.
I
It's
wonder
not
if I
an
had the
actual
turkey carver
chainsaw.
thingy.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
literally just about to say that. The turkey carver that looks like a chainsaw.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not allowed to use an actual chainsaw because my husband's afraid I'm going to cut my foot off or something.
To be fair,
So
I was told the
That,
same
Megan.
thing.
We
Yeah.
do not need that.
no, but he did show me he has like a mini saw of some kind that will do just fine. I'm sure I could destroy some shit with it without hurting myself. But I think he's going to make me wear safety goggles. So
That's probably a good idea.
probably.
We'll bedazzle them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We're supposed to wear
Ooh.
big bows. Remember, Megan? We
Oh,
have
and the bows. Yes, the bows. Oh God. Okay, Gadfly, I gotta find the picture of the woman with the bow.
we have to
It's in
buy
here
those.
somewhere.
Go more, should we go less? It's only when we do the studies we will know. And then if the pregnant mothers are having low vitamin D, then my next question also is to contact the OB team and find out
Here
when
she
they
is.
do the prenatal scans. Is it
Wow.
This is the one that had the mental breakdown on social media with the chainsaw. Can you see it?
Yeah. She's like
looks
on
like
her way
Nellie
to fifth
Olsen.
grade.
She was an honor roll
Interesting.
student, damn it.
Yeah.
She
so
saved
you
Laura
can't forget it.
Ashley. She saved that Laura Ashley dress, from the original collection.
She literally wore this to court. I only drew the ringlets on.
Honestly, she looks
that
like
bow
she's
is
going to
real.
First Communion.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's like if an American Girl doll became alive and aged.
American old girl doll. American menopausal doll.
actually look at the fetal bones and kind of tell us, they would be the experts in telling us whether does the bone look strong or does it look like kind of, in a simpler term, weak? Or could there be a deficiency in that way? So a lot of people have vitamin D deficiency in the US. So I see older children all the time and the vitamin D levels are low. And I tell them to supplement, but I don't know the effect of vitamin D on newborn babies. And so I think that's where we have to do more research.
And so you said that Emma did have low vitamin D
Yes.
levels, correct?
Uh-huh.
And so have you encountered any similar cases in your practice?
Yes, I have a small practice, and I see a lot of patients, but a lot of Indian patients, and they Indian patients like to do things very naturally, and there's a good basis for that too. So I had in the last 1 year, and it was very surprising to me too. In the space of 1 week, I had 2 toddlers, and they were little Indian babies, and they were unrelated to each other. One boy broke this bone, the clavicle bone on the left side. The other boy broke the right side in the space of a week. And I sent the children to orthopedics, and they sent them to endocrine, and they went and checked up the vitamin D levels. Until then, I was telling the mothers to give the vitamin D levels, but I wasn't checking it, because I was assuming they're getting enough according to the recommendations. 400 IU if you're 4 months, 600 IU if you're older than that for toddlers. And I thought, okay, that should be okay. So that's the thing.
So you have encountered similar cases in your practice
Yes.
where individuals have had low vitamin D levels?
Yes, at least 3 patients in the last 1 year.
And then also had
And you
broken
believe,
bones.
based on your clinical observations and treatment of these patients, that low vitamin D made them more susceptible to fractures?
That's what I want to know, and that's what I need to learn. In older people, we know that it causes osteoporosis, and there are many other comorbidity factors too in older people. I want to know how much it is contributing, and so that's what I need to learn.
Well, and have you been able to make any observations from your?
All right, that's the first time she's equivocated, because it's common knowledge that low vitamin D contributes to broken bones and weak bones.
agreed.
It's common knowledge. She doesn't need to
Cartoon
say,
Network told me that when I was a child.
yeah, she doesn't need to say that's what I need to learn. We've already learned that. We
Well,
already
except
know
the
that.
never wrong Stephen Messner said that vitamin D levels do not affect bone growth at all whatsoever.
Right.
Despite it being on their website that you should supplement
Yeah.
low vitamin D levels.
Yeah,
Yeah, but is
she
this
didn't
doctor a
need to do that.
sexologist? Because I don't know if I can trust her.
No, not this one.
She's
That's
not.
Verena Brown.
Oh, well then how can I even trust anything she's saying?
True.
True. She hasn't done interpretive scrunchy medical displays.
Oh, we didn't even show him the scrunchy
Yeah,
video.
see that? Yeah, I was promised a scrunchie.
You don't
Oh,
want the scrunchy.
Trust me, you don't want the scrunchy video. Just
It's like
imagine
blue
what a
waffle.
psychologist might be teaching you with a scrunchy. Okay.
Seems like a bad use for anything she's going to talk about, but yeah, sure. I get it.
Your own
Did you say
clinical
squanch
process?
earlier?
Yes, squunch.
Squinch. Okay.
Squunch.
That's a
With
good word.
two U's. Squunching. The great squunching occurred.
Most practice, what I see is when their vitamin D deficiency. I had another 8-year-old girl. She was just, and I've mentioned this before in court. She was not even dancing, not doing high impact dancing. She was just twisting a little bit, and she broke a bone in her foot, and she had low vitamin D.
All right. Now, you have prepared some reports based on your visits with Emma Hernandez, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did you find anything concerning about or did you find any concerning labs of note when Emma first came to the hospital at Showa in June of 2023?
Yes, she had high D dimer levels that were above 1,000. And I'm not a hematologist, so I didn't know why she had high D dimer levels. And I sent her off to see a hematologist in Medical College of Georgia at Augusta. And she followed her up at least 2-3 times. And the levels did come down. And then the last level was slightly above baseline. And as far as I can get the impression from reading the notice, she couldn't fully understand why the D dimer levels were high.
Yeah, we don't know why any of this stuff is high. We're just going to say it's child abuse. And we don't know how child abuse can make D-dimer high, but it's child abuse.
But look how much is involved in genetics work that I think that the other doctor didn't go in. And you see all of the kind of, this isn't a black and white subject. It's constantly changing, constantly shifting. It's not set in stone. She has to contact different medical doctors.
Mm-hmm.
There are indications of race possibly, or genetic origin and phenotype. So this is a very detailed, involved thing. She's not just phoning it in. And I think that regardless of the state crossing her, the jury saw that. They saw someone who was actually actively looking for answers for these parents rather than the science is settled,
Right.
Your
Yeah.
Honor.
It's my favorite.
Right.
My favorite. The science is settled.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love going
that's
back
their-
to like the 50s when they're like, this will never change.
Yeah, lobotomies are great for you.
Yeah.
And but honestly, that is the state's case here. That's the state's whole case. The science is settled. We said it's abuse, so it is. It couldn't be anything else. By
Well,
the way,
that's
I'm going to let you
easier.
check off squunching. Squunching can be checked off. We've said it enough times. Squunching is on the bingo card.
And
Go
river
ahead.
dancing.
And in river dancing, right? We played the river dancing video. Amazing, amazing. Flux is on her way back. Brad has been violating her computer. He's all been up in her computer. And I told her once he does that, the computer will obey. So it'll be fine. It'll be
Yes.
fine. Computers are very scared of Brad. I don't know if you know this, but sometimes I call Brad just to tell him my computer's acting up, and the computer stops immediately. Brad gets on the phone, computer starts working again. It's just a thing. They're terrified of him. So sometimes if you just call Brad, it's enough. just say, next time I'm going to just say to the computer, I'm calling Brad, and it'll just stop. It'll just stop. It's amazing. So Flux will be back.
That was the thing that stands out for me.
And was there anything about her magnesium levels that brought you any concern?
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
Great. And I think so. You have referred to this before, but autosomal dominant hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. What is that, doctor?
The gene pickup rate for that is still very low, and we're still learning about it. But that doesn't mean that we don't have patients who have clinical features. And so when you do research, it takes some time to find all the answers. So but there is one paper that they had one family who presented clinically with this, and they had another thing. So I think slowly but surely we'll learn more about it in the future. So basically it's hyperflexibility, and skin can bruise easily. They can have double jointedness. And of course, the COL12A1 gene is involved in bone formation.
And so when you are using the term autosomal dominant hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, does that refer to like a constellation of conditions, or?
Oh my God, she's back.
What is
Did
the
Brad
syndrome?
fix it?
I guess if you could.
We can't hear you. Muted Boomer. Muted Boomer has been checked.
Damn it. Damn it. But it worked.
Muted
Brad,
Boomer has been
get her
called.
straight.
Did you scared it straight? I know. I told you, let him in. Let it happen.
The speeds were so low. I was like, oh, it's like, and he got into the computer and it just instantly, it was like, nope, we're working. We didn't need him.
See?
We don't need it. We're not doing it.
The computer's like, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
I like that Brad has bypassed trying to tell us over the phone instructions anymore. He's like, let me just possess your computer.
Let me just get in the computer.
I reset my router like 3 times.
Like team viewer.
Yeah, I reset it 3 times, nothing. He pops in there and it's like, nope, we're good. We're working. We're working.
I'm telling you, the technology recognizes greatness, and it's just like, shit, we got caught. We got to stop doing what we're doing.
I can even open other tabs now. I have other tabs open, and you guys are still moving.
All right, I was gonna call Flux Squalls out because I knew you were squalling out offline. So I'm calling it Flux Squalls out. We also learned that new word, Gadfly, squalling out. We learned that in a Boston case against Woodward. Squall, yes, to squall out.
What does it mean?
We don't know. We still don't know. We're using it like crash out, but that's not what it meant. He was using it to describe brain matter squishing out of a skull, squalling out.
Squalling out.
Yes.
Not to be confused with squunching, which is
squunching is different.
A squunching.
It's like a Dr. Seuss book.
Oh no, you have not. Like there are full Silmarillions full of lore on this ridiculousness.
Point set.
We have Dr. Bones. I mean,
cent, 95 point cent, folks.
We have the highest testimony ever. Like on the scale of Jim Brewer to Cheech and Chong, she surpasses Willie Nelson. It is the most amazing thing.
I forgot to show him that would be the river dancer. I forgot to show him the Cheech and Chong photos of her we have, because those are funny.
Eyes were like independently.
She claims now, in her defense, she claims that she has a genetic condition that makes her look high all the time, which is
Is the genetic condition addiction to drugs?
I think it's a little bit of Charlie Sheenitis. I think it's a bit of the tiger's blood.
She says she has lazy eyelids, and it's a genetic condition, and she can't do anything about it. And that
it's true, but I've seen her in person multiple times now in court. I've seen her testify, and we all know on the day of the Tim's trial, day 1, not day 2, was not good. That was not normal. She was high, for sure.
She seemed it. She looked it. That's for sure. She did look.
I have a
very,
genetic
very
condition,
high.
and only all of these opiates will help me. I promise.
But yes, she claims that she has a genetic condition. Now, to the rest of the world, though, she just looks really high AF. If I find JK, find it for me. I can't find it on my computer because I have too much crap in here. Someone find it for me. I have to show Gadfly.
Explain it to a lay person.
Hyperflexibility. When you're young, you're generally hyperflexible also. And when you get older, you're not always that hyperflexible. So the other criteria you take into account also, like PNG issues and things like that. It's a whole series of symptoms.
And are there any other symptoms that are associated with this?
I see adult patients too, and I've seen them having a lot of GI issues, and we can't explain why. And I send them to the GI doctors for a checkup. And then I've also seen folks who have cardiac issues, like my blood pressure goes up and down, my heart rate goes up and down, and things like that. And I send them off to the
100%.
cardiologist also for follow-up.
And so the GI issues, are those associated with the ability of the body to properly absorb nutrients or through the gut?
The most common problems they complain of, the older folks, is constipation, and sometimes alternating with diarrhea, and sometimes they'll say my gut just doesn't move, or sometimes they have symptoms where for some reason they keep breaking out into hives and rashes, and they call it as ANCATs. So we really don't know why. So that's why I send them off to my other colleagues in gastroenterology, immunology, cardiology, so they can also do a baseline check and give me the opinion.
All right. And then, so was there anything else that you observed about Emma in the course of treating her that you believe may have potentially been associated with the two variants that she has on the COL12A1 gene?
The initial time when I saw her, I saw she had light blue sclera, but light blue sclera can be a normal finding in children. It can also be a finding in osteogenesis imperfecta. Like I see it all the time in my family of 5 who come to visit me.
Okay, and the sclera, that's sometimes called like the whites of the eyes, which, so I guess you observed her to have blue sclera.
Yes, that can be a normal variant too.
And was there anything else in your examinations of Emma Hernandez that seemed potentially associated with that to you?
Not that I can recall.
All right, and then, so there is another gene that Emma Hernandez had a variant on, the SLC34A1 gene, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me about that gene and why it might be
And we're
important?
still learning about this. And this, one of the papers I read was atypical fracture femur, and of course it was in older women. But I was wondering why were they having fractures? Then this has to do, it's an indirect way where it is involved in phosphate reabsorption and that mechanism, and phosphate is important for your bones. So then I did further research, and there was another paper out from China, and that's whom I wrote to. They had 6 children, and they had different symptoms from Emma. They had vomiting, constipation, they had kidney stones and things like that. And so this is a variant of unknown significance. So I don't know if indirectly this could have caused some problem or not, and I reached out to the authors of these papers. And then B, I need to follow her and see in the future what happens. I obtained further history from the family, and this came from the mother. The maternal grandfather has history of multiple kidney stones. He comes from a family, if I'm correct, 1 in 10 siblings, and he's in Thailand, and they haven't difficult to get information. They haven't done genetic testing. So in one of the papers that I read, there are children who have kidney stones and they get hypertension and things like that. So that's the reason I was looking at this paper too.
And so she does, so there's a family history of osteopenia and kidney stones on the maternal
I
side.
can't say osteopenia. The only history I got was the kidney stones, recurrent kidney stones in the maternal grandfather.
And were there any genetic testing results of significance in either of Emma's parents?
Emma got two genes, two of the A1 genes from either parent. Variant X reported the one from the father as unknown significance, the one from the mother. Let me check and see, make sure that I'm telling you the right thing.
Yes, please refer to your report.
All right, while she's going through her notes. Oh my Lord.
Imagine being a doctor and you have to come and like, you're like, oh, I can't wait to be a doctor and help people and do all these things, and then you have to like come do a trial and talk to these freaks
That's
who are
probably why
questioning
she
you.
doesn't want to work with the kids anymore from defects, because she doesn't want to end up in court.
The one from Indy,
you know?
So regarding the COL12A1 gene.
God, my dog's been having a heart attack. Like, what is his problem? He keeps barking like crazy.
Two puppies, one from
Used to
father,
see a
one
dog
from mother. The one from
sexologist.
father was of unknown significance, one from mother, I think like 89. And the SLC34A1 came from the mother.
So in your opinion and judgment, she got one of those variations from each of her parents. So that's how she ended up with two variations on this collagen producing gene. And so
All right. I know this is just riveting, but here, we have to show Gadfly this. There we go. There she is. Hanging out with Flux and my dog.
Dr. Brown took the stand, eyes like glazed
My dog was
donuts,
also
hair in
my
a halo that screamed, I just floated. Defense done asked Doc, why'd you call it abuse? She grinned real wide, said, baby, just bruise. X-ray showed nothing but giggles and milk.
Look at
she
those
saw
eyes.
fractures like cracks in the silk. The state jumped up, objection, she stressed, she's not high, your honor, just demon possessed. So maybe it was a bad day, she's just riding the wave of a cosmic delay. Maybe she's cloud adjacent, sky high in thought, not fake, just toasted. Her brains overwrought, call it a mental vacation, a herbo detour. She's not stone, she's gravitationally poor. Bad day, that's all we can say. Dr. Brown just orbiting in her own special way. She testified kids' skull looked like abstract art. Translation, she dropped her pen, saw a dart. Shaken definitely by what? The vibes. Cross-exam, asked, ma'am, are you alive? She whispered, I'm elevator, medically speaking. Then hiccuped a cloud that smelled like weekend. Judge banged the gavel, order, she's fine. She's not blazed, just sun-kissed by a pineapple vine. Maybe it was a bad day, she's floating in zero G, lost in the fray. Maybe she's buzzed on life, feel it from within, not fried, just crispy. Like toast with a grin, call it a thought, bubble it a kush color dream. She's not wrecked, she's serenely supreme. Bad day, past the eye drops, okay. Dr. Brown's just meditated, 3 feet off the fray. Baby's fine, mom's crying, headlines scream. Doc's in the bathroom doing yoga in loops. The fence spins gold, she's tired, not torch. she misread the bones cause her chakra got scored. Settlement came with a gag order twist. Say she was foggy, not fog in the mist. Dr. Brown waved by, pupils like saucers. Peace out, y'all, after the meet cosmic enforcers. Now she consults via Zoom from her couch, still diagnosing with the spiritual pouch. If a kid's rash looks like Saturn's ring, she'll blame the planets, not the other things. Yeah, it was a bad day, she was knee deep in stardust. Astral ballet, not zooted, just in, not ripped, just relax. She saw abuse in a bird, oops, overtax, call it aberrant siesta, ganja siesta. No, that bad day, your honor case closed, let's go. Bad day, wink, wink, oy vey. Dr. Brown's prescription, another wink, bad wink, day.
Okay, we need an Afro Man cover of this. He needs to start a whole law tube genre. Can you imagine him and Laura Owens?
Yes,
and I am 100% sober thinking of this.
100
Point cent.
Point cent.
The paper
That's more
that you
accurate.
just referenced regarding the rare variants of the SLC34A1 gene in patients with atypical femur fractures. That's the one that did not have any infants in the study, right?
They didn't have infants. They mentioned the China paper where they had the children. Then I went to the China paper and I saw the symptoms the children had. They had kidney stones, vomiting, and they were passing calcium, extra calcium in the urine.
And now, do you have notes in your report regarding what the guardians told you about Emma's gastrointestinal issues?
The uncle brought her to me at one point, saying she had constipation and vomiting. Now, if you think as a pediatrician, the common
LMP, I second this idea. Given that CHOA and DCF has lost 2 cases back to back, I think a judge should order them to run more tests before they bring another case. Yeah. Couldn't they be declared vexatious prosecutors at this point? Because they need oversight. It's ridiculous. By the way, JKD answered the call and did send me his memes of Karina.
Oh my!
That's an actual screenshot of her face. Her eyes are slits, man. Like slits.
And it was night and day from day 1 to day 2.
Yeah,
There was
that's true.
Yeah. I think in between, like a week or 2 in between her day 1, and then we went a whole week where there was no trial, and it was completely different. And then
that's why I named
recently
the song "Bad Day" because wasn't that their excuse? She just had a bad day.
Yeah.
Did that bad day
Had a bad day.
like
You're taking
bombs?
ones down. Yep.
So, yeah, it was really something. It was really something.
constipation is very common in children. So, is it the diet? Is it
Emma's constipation and vomiting was severe.
know,
This I know what she downplays this a good bit, because you'll hear from the daycare director, but when she was even with us, she had issues. And then the daycare director reports it over and over and over and over to DFACS, and they never tell the parents. They don't talk about it. They don't bring it up in juvenile court until this director is called. And she did testify in juvenile court, and then she testified again here in criminal court. So I don't know why she acts like, well, it's, yes, it's common, but it shouldn't be every day. That's not common. That's a problem.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but maybe and you would be there to give that testimony, and then the care, because, she does seem like a lot of her work is more research oriented.
Yeah.
So, she does have to, because the first thing the state's going to get up there and say is that isn't, constipation and vomiting typical childhood thing. So she's trying to forestall that. So I get what she's trying to do, but she's not confident enough in her.
All she has to do is say, the guardians did report it was often. I mean, every day is not normal.
No,
It's not
no.
normal under any circumstances.
Yeah.
Is it celiac? At that point, I didn't really think of the SLC34A1 gene, but the constipation, I think the vomiting and all resolved after some time. And also, I know Emma was breastfed initially, and then she went to formula, and some babies don't like that.
And were you, so you didn't start seeing Emma until April of 2024,
Yes,
right? So you were not her doctor or involved in her care at Showa when they were trying to place a feeding tube or anything with the formula issues?
No.
So, okay. All right. So do you have any opinion based on your findings on whether or not Emma Hernandez was subjected to purposely inflicted injuries?
I don't know. I always have to have a differential diagnosis, so, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Contacting the others, following up on the genes and things like that.
So at this point, have you found anything that you believe can be excluded in this case?
The results are still of unknown significance. We got to follow up with the lab in the future.
And you said sometimes it has taken how long for a gene variant to change from variant of unknown significance to either likely benign or likely pathogenic?
In one family, it was 5 years. In one family, it was 10 years.
Have, in your physical examinations of Emma, have there been any findings of note to you?
No.
So as of April 2024, you would not say this is, a deeply sick little girl or anything like that, right?
The several times I met her, no.
And they never missed any appointments with you or anything like that, right?
No, the uncle would make the appointments and then he would come in.
All right, and is there anything else that you reviewed in the course of your treatment of Emma Hernandez?
I'm not certain. What was the question again?
If there was anything else that you had reviewed in the course of your clinical treatment of Emma Hernandez?
You mean like research papers?
Research papers or anything about her lab results or anything like that?
The thing that is still puzzling to me is the D-dimer level. I'm not sure what that is, and I'll follow up with the hematologist. And then periodically, I would like to, if it's possible, I would have a pediatrician or somebody just do a urine calcium testing, urine phosphate testing. And then when I was researching papers, you must always have a differential diagnosis for everything, right? It can't just be this or that.
No,
And
Choa
so
doesn't do
it
that.
could be child abuse.
Doctor.
It could also be
Choa doesn't
she had
do
bruises,
what?
right?
Differential diagnosis. She's like, you should always have differential
Right.
diagnosis. She says that, and it's like, no, ma'am, Choa doesn't believe in that. Once abuse, always abuse.
Right. And that's their first go-to anyway. That's their very first thing. You have to prove to them it's not child abuse before they do any other testing, if they even
And then
do any.
even in the Jameson Timms case, even when you do have variants come
They don't
back,
care.
they're like, no, we're just gonna ignore that and stick with the abuse.
Right. That's what they do. Yep.
Just easier to not
Yep.
try, you know?
Oh, they have so many
better for
lazy
their
investigators. You can't even believe how much they ignored in the cases of these kids. I mean, it's sickening.
Vitamin C deficiency can cause bruising in infants. There's a paper on that. So you have to think of differential diagnosis.
Well, I don't have any further questions. And actually, I don't have any further questions for you this time. Thank you, Dr. Krishnamurthy.
Good afternoon. President Murphy, your intention here is to continue to treat Emma, is that my understanding?
My intention is to complete my genetic evaluation for her, follow up in the future. Typically, I see the families once a year or once a year at all 11, have an update for them. I have the families call me.
Let me ask this question. Would you have made a diagnosis of child abuse for Emma, given the history of vitamin D deficiency and the genetic testing that you're now aware of?
As a pediatrician, one of the first differential diagnoses you got to put up there is child abuse.
Okay.
But then you must also think, what is the differential diagnosis? So in this case, it was vitamin D deficiency, and then the genetic testing revealed these gene changes. So at this point, I am neutral, and we have to follow up with the lab results and see what's happening.
Okay. Now, you did order a DEXA scan for Emma as well,
Yes.
correct?
But she's too young for it. Ideally, at some point in the future, I think maybe we could complete a DEXA bone scan for her.
Where was the DEXA scan completed?
Not, I think Medical College of Georgia, I can't fully recall, but she was moving, so they couldn't complete it. And I spoke with the radiologist, and he said, wait till she's older, then you can repeat it.
Okay. So you can't do a DEXA scan under sedation, right?
But they didn't have, here's the other thing about it. They didn't have enough information on children who are under age 3. So that is exactly what he told me. He said, wait and repeat it when they're older.
Okay.
But he said, this is a baseline for you.
So is it fair to say that the DEXA scan results were inconclusive?
Yes.
Now, the data from that DEXA scan, was the data from the DEXA scan ever provided to you?
No, they had some data there, and he based that, the report of that, and I called him up because I'm not a radiologist. I asked him, what do you think of this DEXA bone scan? Is there any information that we can get from it? He said, no, it's just a baseline. I honestly can't tell you an answer. He said, repeat it later.
Okay. So the DEXA scan at this point in time is inconclusive. It's not going to give you any additional information. Now, as far as the low vitamin D, when it was detected when Emma was just over 2 months old, how could you describe for us as a pediatrician how that low vitamin D would come about in Emma?
If she's a breastfed baby, generally we know that breast milk is low in vitamin D, and so that's why we tell them to supplement. And then that is one possibility. So the mother herself may have been deficient. We don't know. I don't have the mother's results with me. And then if she's breastfeeding, then Emma, if Emma was not receiving vitamin D deficiency, that could cause the vitamin D deficiency.
Okay. Have you ever seen damage to ribs from birth?
No, not from birth. I'm from Malaysia. I've seen rickets before. They have all those, thickened wrists and all those things. They're older children.
Okay. As far as the vitamin D, though, you don't have to have a good vitamin D level to have breakages, correct?
I'm not a bone doctor, but I think that is correct.
That's all I have.
Sorry, picture.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the
Dr.
state.
Krishnamurthy. Hello. Good afternoon. I
It's
want to begin
ye.
with full 12A1, and I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. You stated in your testimony today that by itself,
Prosecutor
you can't
Yee.
say that it caused fractures.
Thought he
Is
was
that
still working on his
correct?
new album.
Okay. And that's because you have to look at the full clinical picture,
That's
right?
yay.
I actually called the lab again this morning,
Okay.
and I asked them that specific question and asked them to look for papers, any information they had. They didn't have it.
Okay. So there's no You need more information.
I need more information.
Okay. And same thing with SLC 34A1, you're still learning about it.
I'm still learning about it.
And so you don't know how it affects Emma.
No.
Okay. And as far as you know, Emma doesn't have kidney stones, right?
Not right now.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't imaged her. But right now, I think no.
Okay. And there is nothing in her urine showing that she can't absorb calcium that you know of, right?
I didn't do those specific tests.
Okay. And then the article that you were talking about with atypical fractures.
Yes.
And that's titled High Frequency of Heterozygous Rare Variants of SLC 34A1 and SLC 9A3R1 genes in patients with atypical femur fracture. You would agree that Emma had classic metaphyseal lesions, right?
I'm not a radiologist. I would follow what the radiologist says.
Okay. Well, would you agree that femur fractures are different from classic metaphyseal lesions?
The femur fractures described in those adult patients are different.
Yes, it's different. Okay, so it's not the same as what Emma had, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you stated that you had a lot of patients with low vitamin D level. About how many patients did you have that has low vitamin D level?
The ones who had the fractures whom we tested, but typically whenever I do vitamin D levels for my older children, I mean, obesity is very common in this country. It's common everywhere. So I do the lipid panel vitamin D. I would
Mostly
say
in this country.
majority have vitamin D deficiency.
Okay.
It's
and
the
did
free
all of them
refills at
have
Buc-ee's.
fractures? No. Okay. And then you said that
You've
there were two
established
toddlers that
this.
you had with broken bones. How did they break their bones?
I asked the parents that question and they couldn't answer me. The kids were, I think, already walking a little. One was about 12 months, I think. Maybe one was slightly over there, 15 months.
Okay. And Emma can't walk, right?
No.
Okay. So, and let me make sure, I think I heard you testify that you want to know
Snorts.
if vitamin D attributes to fractures, right? So you don't know how vitamin D attributes to
No.
fractures.
And
correct?
that's why I think we need to do work.
Okay. And you've also never seen rib fractures from birth, correct?
I haven't seen rib fractures. Well, I don't know, unless the child has some other condition that already started in utero. That's a possibility.
Okay. So sitting here today, you can't say Emma suffered from any genetic bone disease, correct?
There's nothing yet confirmed.
Okay, nothing further.
Nothing yet
Anything
confirmed.
else for this witness?
That doesn't mean no.
All right, very well. Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you for being
And-
here.
She didn't really
Not a
help
bone doctor.
anybody.
Have a good
I
weekend.
mean,
you know,
in reality, she didn't hurt either side and she didn't
No.
help either side.
I wouldn't say that she didn't help Hernandez's side, though. She made it very clear that there could be other things happening here, and that in her opinion, she would have done more work.
Yeah.
She would have
Yeah,
done more genetic research,
And
more.
she did as far as she could. She reached out to other labs.
yeah, and I think that it's also I see why they were upset because she obviously wasn't getting the subtext of like there was no abuse.
Mhm.
But
Yes. Yeah.
but as a juror, if I'm looking, she was very confident when she was talking about the genetic stuff. You could tell where things kind of slipped into more of a subjective
I would
outside of
agree.
her area of expertise. She wasn't as, confident in that. But when she was talking about the genetic stuff, I think that the jury
I
took
think
away
we
a
need
lot.
information is good. Like we don't have
Yeah.
in other patients, it took 5 or 10 years to get more information. So
Yeah, I really don't think she
feel
did
that
any harm. I don't think she
No.
did any harm here. I think that she did a good job because basically saying they wanted her to say, I didn't think it was abuse.
Right.
What she said was that's always a possibility. You have to put that in the
But Catherine also
in the
started
mix.
out, you're a mandated reporter, right? And she was.
Yeah.
She's seen Emma 6 times and she never
She
called
never
CPS.
reported anything. Yeah.
So, I mean, in that sense, if the jury
And
That
I think
speaks for itself.
she also
Yeah.
highlighted the vagaries of these tests that, the amount of cross-referencing and different things, and then the things that come out. So I think it was helpful because I don't think the other geneticists did a really good job. And with just him testifying for the state, it kind of seemed like all of this was settled science. And with her, all of the
Right.
research she had to go through and the going back on the reports and things like that, I think it really did show how really in-depth and not settled this science is.
Perhaps some of their fear and concern, honestly, from that day is knowing that Dr. Pauls couldn't testify as a PhD geneticist. Like, he wasn't allowed to because they would not allow Zoom. The state objected to that. So there wasn't even him to fall back on. And they wanted someone strong. And
Yeah.
thankfully, Dr. Bones comes in, and even Dr. Hutchinson is strong. So I think it just
Yeah.
felt like, hey, this is our first witness, and it didn't feel good. Like, she seemed new. She even said that I'm neutral.
I'm neutral. Yeah.
And
She,
But
she like she
neutral
approached it like
is
a
good.
doctor, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think neutral is good though, because you've got what you get then to me it makes her
I can't believe
really
we got
credible.
through her.
Yeah, we did.
That's
We did.
Yeah.
great.
I think it makes her sound more credible than being like, no, it's definitely not. I think it's reasonable to say, of course, we have to look at the possibility of
Sure.
child abuse with unexplained fractures. I think that's a reasonable position. What is not a reasonable position is to stop looking for answers when
Mhm.
you clearly have some genetic markers that are off. D dimer too high. There's
Yeah.
stuff that's vitamin D too low. There's questions here that needed to have been answered that Choa had no interest in answering. None. And I think
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
as
think
strong as they wanted, but truly, after watching it now, I don't feel like it was damaging to
I
the
don't either. I really don't. I know that it probably felt bad in the moment because they were waiting for her to be more like she was in the Tim's case. And in
Yeah.
the Tim's case, she did say she did not see any signs of abuse.
Right.
But however, she also didn't say she did see any signs of abuse. She said,
Yeah.
I would have done more. I still wanted to look into things. And I think that that's perfectly acceptable for what you're trying to prove here. I don't think that she did a terrible job. I
Also, I
think it went
mean,
well.
it's criminal, right? It's always reasonable doubt. So
Yeah.
this
There it
definitely
is.
would be
Right.
that.
There's your reasonable doubt. You're absolutely right.
Good
She
point.
just gave the jury a reason to doubt what Choa was saying. A good reason.
Yeah.
And it looks so much less like she's a paid expert. She's willing to say
Yeah.
anything when she
Right.
concedes these points that are, concedable. Yes,
Right.
as in differential diagnosis, in the differential, you are putting out there that you could be wrong because it's a process of elimination.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, and I
Yes,
think,
it-
as somebody who's not a lawyer, just as a potential juror, it does lend her more credibility to be like, look, all the scope, yes, it's within the realm of possibilities. To say that, oh, that's nope, couldn't happen. I mean, that's kind of why we're having a trial. Nobody can say either way. We
Right.
need, you have
Yeah.
to.
She wasn't
you can't just
cocky and
shoot it down
arrogant.
be like, nope.
Yeah,
She
she
was
wasn't arrogant
definitely
at all.
not being
And
arrogant. And
her saying
that
like, I don't know that, and that'd be a different expert that would be able to answer that question better than
Now,
I would.
Mhm.
what I
Makes
would
her look
say
better to me.
is
I
she's
agree.
definitely an inside cat. Like you have lawyers that are really good at research and things like that. So she's one that would be pulling the things from behind the scenes, but you can definitely tell this is not her comfort zone. So she doesn't come off as confident as Stephen Messner, but I think as a foil to him, because he is so douchey,
Yeah.
it's actually a play in the favor that she is so humble and does kind of, say, hey, it is within the realm of possibility, but I did all of this research. And hey, I'm the smart lady. Maybe you should test everyone's vitamin D levels. Like we could
Yeah.
do that.
Megan, I just had this thought. This is still the same day that we wrapped up with the state trying to eliminate all parental fitness witnesses. I
Oh,
bet
really?
everybody, my whole family, my kids, my husband, the defense attorneys, they came out of that room. She was only on the stand for 51 minutes. So just before she got on the stand, they had to hear the state say, oh, by the way, we don't want to hear any of the parental fitness.
Yeah, they were probably more
Testimony.
wrecked by that And then
it's
on
just
top
hitting
of
me.
it felt like this didn't go well. But frankly,
Yeah.
in retrospect, I think she did exactly what you wanted her to do, which
Sure.
is to give the jury a reason to believe that all avenues were not searched,
Explored.
right? That
Yeah.
all avenues were not explored. So next up, when we come back, and hopefully we'll come back to do this on Thursday. I will not be back tomorrow, but maybe we can come back on Thursday. I can't do it every day, but I'm trying to do maybe like Monday, Thursday. Maybe that'll work. But Thursday should work to come back. And the next witness that will be up after Krishnamurthy is Dr. Lisa Hutchison. Now I remember Hutchison. She was in the other trial, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
She
what
comes in person on here. She's a pediatric radiologist.
Oh yeah.
did she testify for the state last time?
No, for the
Oh, okay. I'm looking at her and I don't recall what she had said in the Tim's thing. And then
her CV is amazing. Like
Oh, wow.
and she does testify for both sides, of course. So she's
she was.
I really like her.
If I remember correctly, she was very, again, you have to give the defense credit because, Dr. Krishnamurthy, or her last name, look, the previous witness, but their experts are all human and personable, and it's a very good foil against these sort of condescending smugness of CHOA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any, quote unquote doctor or scientist that's like the science is settled on something. I mean, it's just not true with anything. Science isn't even settled on gravity. We don't know how wormhole work. Like, it's not really, just never really the case. So
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
good
true.
point, actually, for the sides of the Tims and Hernandez, since so many of the same bad actors were involved, and good actors. That's the side the state does. They're just like, oh, it was abuse 100%. We don't know who did it. We don't know when they did it. We don't know how they did it, but definitely abuse. And then you have the defense. All their witnesses are like, I mean, could it be? Sure, it could have been. However, we need to look at all of these other things that are taking place in this baby. So that's the big
they're
difference between the two sides.
like following the scientific method, and at least that doctor you just showed wasn't allowed to, or wasn't able to follow it to a conclusion.
Right.
So it was just like marking things off that were possible but not accurate. I don't know. It seemed more credible to me than someone who's like, case closed. I looked at it for a day.
No, agreed. I think it helps the jury to see somebody who's actually being unbiased, not like Dr. Messner, who's like, I've never been wrong a day in my life. I think they saw right through that. JD Corey, thanks for the 5. I got my tickets to 1776 convention Robert Barnes event in August 1st and 2nd, going to give Carrie Tim's book to Barnes. Oh, cool.
Ooh, awesome
Also,
sauce.
they are called in general stands. Oh, yeah, the K-pop fan stands. 5 hours is close by for Texans. Oh, yeah. Did you know you can drive for 12 hours and still be in Texas? That's a big
I did, as someone who lives in Texas.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
I could
know
get
that.
all my audiobooks listened to.
Mrs. Flux and I, we were stationed in El Paso, which is like as far west as you can go. And we drove over to the, East Coast. Obviously, it took us 2 days to get through Texas.
Yeah. It's funny, like,
Yep.
I've done the drive from California to Texas multiple times, and it's like when you get to the welcome to Texas sign, you're like, hooray, and you're halfway through.
Yep.
And here, I always thought I was impressed by finding out New York is as big as it is, because I live in New York, but I am literally 7 hours away from New York City by car. 7 hours. That is a long ass haul. And I'm not even at the very end of New York. So it's a big state. It's just a sideways long instead of like Illinois is a long ways long.
It's a hot dog, not or a hamburger, not a hot dog.
Long ways long.
But Texas is even bigger than that, which is amazing. Texas is giant. It's funny
Texas
watching
is bigger than like
Europeans.
most countries. So.
I know.
Yeah, it's funny watching
Europeans are like, we're
Europeans
still in Texas. It's been
try
12
and wrap
hours.
their heads around it. Like, how are we still driving and we're still in Texas?
Yeah.
It's been the most fun to watch Europeans drive around America. It's just so funny watching them find Buc-ee's and Walmart, just have the time of their lives.
I saw there was a soccer player, and he posted like just had dinner at Buc-ee's, and people had to tell him that was a gas station. And he went, "What do you mean this is a gas station?"
Oh my God. Okay, you guys recall I read you that funny order earlier about the idiot who says Jeremy Hales may have infiltrated the clerk's office. JKD Buck, thank you for the evidence of Jeremy Hales infiltrating the clerk's office.
If that's not his Halloween costume this year, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yes, if he doesn't come in a suit and pretend to be a clerk, I am like a notary public.
All this is missing is him with like money bags over his shoulder. God, this is so funny. Oh,
Or
what
a hamburger.
Or a
I was gonna say he looks like the Hamburglar.
No.
Look, he did one in a storage unit too. Look at it. This is funny.
Oh my God, there's the ballots. Maricopa County, you bastards.
Just blame Jeremy. Those ballots went missing. Blame Jeremy.
He
You
would
know
have
how
gotten
it
away
is.
with it without us darn kids.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Oh.
All right, let's see. Jameson says Rumble is better than YouTube. This is a test. And SF, thanks to the 5, says Jim Brewer actually does have that lazy eyelid disorder. He had talked about it in the past. Look, I'm not saying she doesn't have it. Maybe she has
I
it.
am.
Stolen eyelid valor.
Yeah,
Stolen
exactly.
eyelid valor. Oh God.
Like,
I don't
Jim
know.
Brewer
Maybe
had
she
it, but
has
we're not
it.
talking about
Maybe
him.
she doesn't. I don't know.
Weird
All right.
sexologist lady.
We've been here for 2.5 hours and we have to go. So it's been fun. Thank you for being here. Come back on Thursday when we will do the next witness, Dr. Hutchison, in the Hernandez case. And tonight at 8 p.m., I will be back on this channel live. We'll be talking Hale's case and all the crazy shit that's happening there. I have a court hearing tomorrow morning in a related case. That should be interesting with Lips and her husband, Michael.
Do you have your American flag suit? Please tell me you are full knicker
I
it.
should. I wish I had thought to do that, or I would wear it. That would
And
be
Megan,
hilarious.
don't you have an event tomorrow night with Spike Cohen?
I do. And then tomorrow night, Tug will forgive me. I asked for forgiveness instead of permission. But at 8 p.m., normally when Tug is on and with me, I am going to be doing a training session with Spike Cohen and You're the Power. We're talking about how to help in these situations without making it worse. So that will be at 8 p.m. on You're the Power. But if you normally watch Tug, go do that because I don't stream against Tug. This just happened to be the only time they could schedule it, and I couldn't say no. All right. Tug will forgive me because it's for a good cause. Other than that, I would not normally be streaming at the same time as Tug, as my show. That would be weird. So anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for being here. Gadfly, it was great to see you. I hope you come back again.
Thanks for having me.
Are not a stranger after this.
I won't be. 3 years
going-
later, I'll show up.
3 years later, you'll be back again.
Like every leap year.
It better be earlier than that. It's been too long and I don't appreciate it. In fact, I'm very resentful.
Hey, Megan, I'm still working on your theme, by the way. It's coming.
Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. I bet you
To be
are.
honest with you, I do have 4 cut versions of your theme that I have made, and I'm like, that sucks. So,
Are you
know,
serious? I want to hear
yeah,
them. That would be funny.
Nah.
No. Well, I can't wait to not hear it for another 3 years. That'll be great.
I promise that can be arranged.
We will continue our current level of success.
Yes.
And on that note, we'll see you later. Be good, everyone.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
We're
a look.
trying to, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.